We live. People, deluded. I'm back again. I know there's an hour or man said an hour. I'm so excited to speak with you guys. I said an hour. I know there's a minute or so before the scheduled time I was supposed to go live, but I know I'm here late half the time. I thought let me be early for a change, people. I thought, you know what? I see 40 odd of you in the chat, similar sort of likes. Please, let's keep getting that ratio up. It's a Friday. Why delay? So yeah, once again, people, deluded, I'm back again. Good morning. I hope you're doing well and safe. Over here in the UK, it is morning time, but good afternoon, good evening, and obviously good night, according to whoever you are, wherever you are in this world. I hope you're doing well and safe. And Arsenal are starting to sign players now, people. It's crazy. We're going to get into it in a second. We've just seen in the last few moments, Matt Ryan has joined Arsenal on loan. We've got a backup goalie. That probably confirms that Runarsson is going to be our number two. Well, man said number two, our third choice. It is what it is. Before I get in there, where's the manners, people? I hope you're all doing well and safe. There's a lot of you going crazy. Let me get to you, man. Like I said, bare of you were there. Aston has said, what's the 10% that's missing? So who knows? Probably formalities in relation to Ødegaard. Deluders even have something to say in the live chat. Man, they're saying Matt Ryan, it's crazy, people. Yes, Jamie, the deal is confirmed. He's holding the shirt. We're going to get into that in literally a second, but please make sure you're liking up the thing. What are you guys saying? We're getting love from New Zealand. Ridiculous. Big up all the Australians and all the New Zealands and similar regions. I love all of you lot, man. I really appreciate you guys' dedication. The time zone isn't kind to you lot. You're still here each and every time. Jay has said, yes, DG, I already know you're going to come into the camera and be smiling. You lot say I don't grin teeth. I'm grinning teeth at Ødegaard. I'm calm with Matt Ryan. We're going to get into Matt Ryan. I hear he's an Arsenal fan or grew up an Arsenal fan. You're all seeing his tweets resurfacing where he was supporting the club. Now, I don't care about him being a fan. I care about what he do for the club. But at least we've got a competent sort of backup. He isn't going to play too many times this season, but we've got that. We'll get into that in a second because it depends what you mean in that regards. But big up everyone. Jay's in the building. Jay, with great power comes great responsibility. Don't, you're a moderator now. Step up and show responsibility. Don't get rid of man for no reason. Big up yourself. Claudius, big up yourself. No Jamaican slander today. Carlos Hutchinson, I always appreciate you, Locked. You said, hello, deluded. Hope you're good, bro. I'm Gucci, bro. It's Friday. I've got my life, I've got my health. Arsenal are making signings. Arsenal are playing tomorrow. So I'm in good health and in good spirits. I hope you're all the same. Man, Omar is saying DG on time for once. That's how it's a Mazzolini when I'm on time. It is what it is. Joel has said a lot to talk about today. A lot, maybe, depending on if you see how many tabs I've got to read out to you lot. Probably. D, I always appreciate you. I really appreciate you always locked in. Thanks for doing such. Subharit, forgive me. You've said, hey, Deluded, it's my birthday today. I'm so happy Man United are top of the table. I'm not quite happy about them being top of the table, my guy, but nonetheless, just for locking in, happy birthday. Hope you have a good birthday. Get yourself some cake and custard and all of those sort of things and have a good time. Man said, DG, you lot are gassing me. Afternoon to you too. Once again, I'm cool, my guy. Big up Sandro, he's in the building. John Wayne has said, oi, DG. Oh, that's a bit aggressive, ain't it? But big up yourself, John Wayne. AA has said, I can't lie, I'd rather watch this than go to class. Listen, education is key. I'm sure if all of us could go back to school, we'd do things right. So stay in school, get your grades, and then keep it moving. But if you are going to not listen, then I'd rather you come to Deluded, because at least you're still getting some sort of education, my guy. Big up yourselves, man. Big up all the JA ones in the comments. Get up to liking the thing, people. You lot are going crazy. I can't even keep up today. I'm loving this, people. The last few live streams, you lot have really looked after me and supported my thing, so I appreciate you lot a great league, man. I'm seeing a lot of usual suspects in the building. A man said, yo, I'm not used to this Arsenal moving like a big club, kind of. Yeah, we'll have to see, man. We have to see. It all depends. We're doing, where again, it depends how you look at it. You could say we're moving like a big club, or you could say we're still being reactive. Because again, I'm not gonna moan and stuff. We've known we've needed to address this area in relation to bringing in someone like Ødegaard in the summer. We know we've needed a competent backup goalie for a while now. And to be fair with you, Runnison, we tried to get, Raya and all of these keepers. Runnison, it seemed like his club was happy to sell. So we're righting the wrongs, You when you buy cheaply, you have to buy again. We paid poorly for Runnison, and now we have to buy again. I know Matt Ryan is on loan. He's probably here because we couldn't do the business in the summer quickly. So he allows us somebody to come in, from now to the end of the season. Premier League proven, experience, clearly better than Runnison. We've seen what he can do in the Prem, and then we can probably, look to go for a keeper on a permanent basis if it isn't going to be Matt Ryan in the summer. So it all depends how you're looking at it, man. Big up yourselves. Please make sure you're hitting the like buttons, people. Please make sure you're hitting the like button. I thought we was going to speak about Ødegaard, but we're here to speak about Matt Ryan and all of these sort of things, people. And again, it all depends, It all depends, because somebody said worst save rate success in Liga since 2018-19, 20 appearances. Runnison, worst save success rate in the Premier League this season with 10 appearances. It's Matt Ryan. And I'm going to get into it in a second, my guy, but that's something, not the stats. I'm not going to say here and I had them stats in my head, but, I've got concerns. Not that I'm trying to put a downer on things, not that I want him to do wrong or any of these sort of things, people. So let's crack on, people. Let's crack on. I see a lot of you in the comments. If I've missed you out, apologies and things. Man said, forget school, just become a successful YouTuber like DG. I don't know if I'm successful by any stretch of the imagination. I don't think I am, but I thank you very much for that, man. Caleb has said, I've been watching you for a hot sec, but just never really type in the chat. Lovely to see that you're here. You're here, my guy. Man are saying this has been a weird morning. Saka the GOAT has said, well, thanks for being a good player, Saka. DG, thanks for starting the stream right when my boring lesson starts. Crazy. We got love from LA. We've got love from Malaysia. It's crazy. It's crazy. I appreciate all of you guys, man. It's a madness, Like I said, there's 349 of you. Can we please make sure we're keeping those them likes to watching ratios up, and it keeps the thing moving. Big up yourself, AM. You're locked in. Ham, apologies, has said those stats are misleading. Wasn't great this season, but anyone who's watched him over the last few seasons knows he's decent. He's all right. He's a good shot stopper, bit shaky with collecting crosses, bit reactionary, but he's better than Runnison by some logic. By God's grace, Leno never gets injured, so we never have to ever review that. I think he's better than Runnison, so that puts my heart to rest. And for me, I would have liked to have seen somebody come permanently. I think we've gone for Matt Ryan because, clearly our priority was to get people off the wage books. You've seen Ozil's now gone. Socrates is now gone. Kolasinac is gone temporarily. So we're somewhat righting the wrongs. When you buy cheaply, you have to buy twice and you have to right the wrongs. Like you're seeing, we're still talking about a centre-half, but we spent 80 million on Socrates, who wasn't the worst player. It weren't worth it. Runnison, it was only £1 million or something. Mismanaged. Now you're having to delegate time to finding a goalie, and we'll never know how many targets in goal we was looking at, or if this guy was the first one, because I'm cool with Matt Ryan. I think it's a cool addition, but if I look at it without emotion, the cynics may say, yo, this is Arsenal doing what they normally do, in that they're not, do they necessarily want him, or is it because he's available? Yeah, he's an Arsenal fan. You're seeing all his tweets resurface, but at the same time, he's lost his place. I'm not a Brighton fan, but Matt Ryan weren't in goal when Brighton played us. Matt Ryan's lost his place. So again, he's got one foot out the door. He's second choice. Is it a case where, that's why we've gone for him? I think we genuinely wanted him, but is it a thing where, okay, cool, you can give us a loan fee, we'll take him, or did we genuinely want him? We'll never know. And I don't like to do the whole Premier League experience, but for me, I think he's a decent shot stopper. He's fairly vocal. He's fairly experienced. He's of a decent age. We're not going to have to rely on him too tough unless something happens to Leno. So I'm cool with this. He's better than Runnison by quite some standard. This is a cool number 2 for me, at least until the end of the season comes. So yeah, he's decent with his feet. I wouldn't describe him as a ball playing goalie, but he's all right, and if he isn't, he's going to need to improve in that regards, because he's going to have to be central. You can't imagine too many games that he is going to play. I don't know if the FA Cup game has come too soon for him to feature against Southampton. You can't imagine he's going to feature against Benfica in the Europa League, and obviously in the Premier League, for obvious reasons, we need to go with Leno. So I'm cool for this. I'm cool with this signing, people. For what it's worth, let me share up my screen, because I know a lot of you lot love that. Some of you hate it, some of you love that. But as you can see, this took us by surprise. And ironically, I'm not knowing the know or anything like that, but I was let me not talk too tough. But I was doing something today, people, and somebody notified me. They're like, "Yo, Matt Ryan signing for Arsenal," and this person is quite knowledgeable, and if anyone's going to know, it is going to be him. Not that I'm in the know, not that I saw this coming. I was like, what do you mean Matt Ryan signing for Arsenal? You're chatting crap. And I wish I could bring them. God as my witness. I was like, what do you mean Matt Ryan signing for Arsenal? You're capping. He's like, no, I can talk about it now. He's signing for Arsenal. And literally, as we're doing what we're doing, I'm there and I'm seeing Matt Ryan sign for Arsenal. I'm like, right, it's a loan thing. I don't mind that at all. I feel this is a January for being reactive and righting our wrongs. We needed to get people off the wage books. We needed to bring in a keeper. We needed some creativity. And on the boat with Ødegaard, apparently he's 90% done, which we're also going to get into. But this can give us time to go for a left back. I'm seeing a lot of you talk about Bertrand. I'm not sure why Ryan Bertrand is linked with us. Please, somebody, when I finish talking about Ødegaard, somebody please remind me to speak about Ryan Bertrand, because I've written it down. I don't want to forget that. But yeah, people, we'll never know. For me, I don't mind this. He's got the Premier League experience. He's a competent number 2. He's a decent shot stopper. In an ideal world, he never makes his Arsenal debut because he's never going to be called into action because of Leno, sort of thing, people. In that, again, he's Australian, but again, some things are doing the rounds online in the relation that he's got a Scottish mother. So that means in terms of the homegrown laws, we can exploit that. So there's still a free space for a foreign player to sign for our club, people. So that could be being coy for Arsenal. But if anybody doesn't know, welcome to Arsenal, Matt Ryan. The Australian goalie has joined from Brighton on loan until the end of the season. If I click the article, I already had the article up here, but nonetheless, Matt Ryan joins until the end of the season. And we knew we needed to get a goalie. We've seen Macy go out on loan. We know Runnison isn't levels and he's had his one opportunity. It didn't work. But, we've signed him, 28 years of age. So again, hopefully if he gets a chance, I don't mind keeping him permanently because he's 28. It's very difficult to find strikers who are competent and happy to sit on the bench. And it's also very difficult to find plan B keepers. We had Martinez, who is a plan A keeper, first choice keeper. In an ideal world, you would have loved him and Leno to fight each other out. Whoever wins, wins. But it wasn't to be. You bring in Matt Ryan, 28 years of age. You'd imagine in the summer when we can see financially where we look, because we all know even winning the FA Cup, it was great to win it, but that made a difference for us in terms of Europa League money. So I think at the end of the season, where we finish at the end, hopefully we win Europa League or qualify for Champions League, so we have a bit more cash. But I think when the financial situation becomes clear, we probably might see this guy made permanent. Because if I was him, I wasn't playing at Brighton. I'm not going to play too tough at Arsenal. I'd want to go out and play first team football. But he's an Arsenal fan. Someone that isn't playing has gone from Brighton to Arsenal, European football. There is that. Could it be like Pablo Marie and Cedric, where they're going to become permanent signings if and when it becomes appropriate? He's made 124 appearances, as you can see, since 2017 for Brighton, and he leaves with his head held high. He lost his place in the team in the last few games. I do think he has an error in him. I do think sometimes his positioning can be shaky. Obviously, we just spoke about, there are some negative statistics in terms of the 10 games he's played. He's got one of the worst shot save ratios, but you can attribute that to Brighton just not being good enough defensively. There's got to be a reason as to why he's dropped, and maybe that's something I can try and find a Brighton guy to come on this with and chat to me about. But I don't think he's a terrible goalie. And for number 2, I'm cool with this, people, personally. Edu himself has said Matt is an experienced keeper, a proven talent in the Premier League, and has also played many internationals for Australia. Matt will further strengthen our squad with his experience and knowledge of playing at the highest level. Following Matt Macy's recent move to Hibernian, Matt will provide very good competition and positive support to all our goalkeepers, and we're looking forward to him integrating quickly into the setup here at Arsenal. So congratulations, people. The manager himself has said, and obviously he's been at quite a few clubs. He's been at Belgium, he's been at Valencia, he's obviously been at Brighton. He is a decent keeper. He's played at World Cups and things like that. He's not a world-class keeper, but he's a decent number 2, and I'm prepared to move with this. I'm cool with this, really and truly. What I want to see him come here, I want to see you be vocal if an opportunity comes, because that's one thing I like. He does open his mouth a lot, and communication is key when you're a goalie, part of a back 5 unit, including the keeper and the 4 defenders. Arteta himself said, we know Matt very well through his performances with Brighton in recent seasons, and he brings additional quality to our squad. Matt has very good Premier League experience and has played over 100 times in the league, which is something that will benefit us greatly on and off the pitch. We welcome Matt to Arsenal and look forward to working with him this this season. Obviously, it's spoken about his life story, how he's come from Australia. He'll wear the number 33 shirt. The man himself has been speaking, won't get too many opportunities, but he say, I'd say on the field, it's probably my reliability as a goalkeeper. Now, Matt, I hope that's the case. Make sure you're there, because that's one thing that we as Arsenal fans have been scared of. You know, you can't really attribute reliability and goalkeepers, definitely not for Runnison. So again, when your chance comes, please take it. Like in an ideal world for me, Matt Ryan only makes his debut end of the last game of the season when we've qualified, and when we've qualified for the Champions League, or doing what we need to do in Europa League, or everything's been written. And that's not me criticizing Matt Ryan. That's just for me. Leno is our first choice. Leno plays every game for me, and Arteta clearly made that abundantly clear to Martinez based on the fallout comments. You know, even in the early stages of Europa, when we started that group, when we put some runs of form together, you saw Runnison get his chance, and we could see it was Buki then. Please go back to my live streams. I was saying it then. But you saw Leno starting. FA Cup, you see Leno starting. Obviously, Premier League starting. So don't take it as a criticism for Matt Ryan. You know, Leno is our number one. He plays every game, in my opinion, unless we need to rest him or whatever. Like, with all due respect, if we had a game like, you know, Spurs are playing Wickham in the FA Cup, if we had Wickham, then, you know, we could play Matt Ryan. But for me, it's the luxury of knowing if anything happens to Leno, God forbid, not like last season, that we can obviously use him. And obviously, as fans, we know Matt Ryan, another Matt. He's not of the level of Leno, but he's better than Runnison. So as a fans, I'm not going to say we're going to be completely convinced, but at the same time, we've got a bit of luxury knowing that, God forbid, if anything happens to Leno, there's a better keeper that can step up, because we can criticize Matt Ryan. Clearly, he's a Premier League keeper. He's decent enough for that. Runnison, I've previously said it. I don't think he gets into a lot of Championship sides based on what I've seen in an Arsenal shirt and the highlights available of his previous club. So we've got a better keeper. Obviously, it gives us flexibility in the short to medium. You could probably make Matt Ryan's move permanently, or this could be a thing where, all right, cool, do you know what, we know we need a backup goalie, but right now it's not going to happen, innit? Our priority was moving people off and bringing in a creative man, so let's bring in someone for the short term. Then when everything's done, when the market's closed and we've concluded and we're moving towards next season, whether that's bringing in the hours and all of these things, we can put a plan B or a competent plan B keeper on our list, so that we can say, if anything, all right, cool, Matt Ryan, I've loved having you here, but you're going back to Brighton. We're bringing in this next keeper who's going to be our plan B, second choice keeper, and we move forward with that regards, people. And at 28, I would like Matt Ryan to be our number two, to be fair. So good age. You know, no one wants to sit on the bench, but 28, bro, you can sit on the bench for 3-4 years or whatever, and that could be our number two, really. But himself, he said, I feel I'm quite consistent with my performances. So I've seen consistent and reliability. What do I always tell you that I look for in footballers? I look for competency, confidence, and consistency. You need to be confident in your job in any walk of life, or you can't do it. You need competencies. If you're a goalie, can you actually catch a ball? We couldn't say that about Runnison. If you're a defender, can you actually defend? So competencies and consistencies. There's no point playing man of the match. You know, you was a man on a mission. You know, the best players in the world couldn't score against you one week. If you're dropping clangers the week after, it's irrelevant. So he's told me consistency. He's told me reliability. These are things that whet my appetite as a football fan when I hear any player say that. He said as well, I dedicate every aspect of my life to playing football and trying to win football games for whoever I'm representing, be it the club or the national team in Australia. So that willingness to win and to go the extra length to do that is probably the main driving force behind me. Off the field, I like to think I'm just a genuine, easygoing person. I'm pretty laid back and approachable and happy to have a chat with anyone. So this is good for young keepers as well. Some young keepers might get opportunities. Like I said, I'm very dedicated towards my sport and very professional, and I don't want any stone unturned in trying to win a game on a match day. When they come on, I give it all. And to be fair with you, I like that mindset. I don't care if you're first choice goalkeeper, second choice, whatever. I like people of that mindset. You know, this is someone that Arteta can rely on. I know you're not going to do foolishness. I know that you're going to play with integrity. So I don't mind that. You know, he spoke about his mentality and things like that. He said, firstly, to get here and to start the adaptation phase, learn the ins and outs, to get more understanding of the playing group and coaching staff. And that's what I'm going to be required. That's what's going to be required of me, as a goalie, and what they're looking for. and the way of playing, the style of play, and all those sorts of things. I'm ready to develop a great relationship with them. I feel that the quicker and more efficiently I'm able to do that, the better chance it's going to give myself as an individual to contribute at a greater level for this football club. That's my focus, to come in here and work hard, push each other, and improve as a person and as a player. Sorry, I have no doubts that I'm in the right environment to do that. Like I said, I don't think he's a better keeper than Leno, but and I don't think Leno is a complacent keeper. But naturally, when you know that your place isn't necessarily up for grabs, there must be an element of complacency. Now, I don't think Matt Ryan is better than Leno, but he's better than Runnison. So in theory, Leno might have to spring up his buff. Not that he isn't, but play better even more. Because if I turn left and I turn right, I might be out the team. In the same way, I would have loved to have had Martinez and Leno doing that sort of thing, but something had to give in that regards. So welcome to the club, Matt Ryan. It is what it is in that regards. Welcome, Matt Ryan. Hopefully you have a long and prosperous time here, and wishing you all the best in your career here. So that's in relation to Ryan, people. We're gonna get onto literally, if you give me a second, people, we're gonna crack on to Ødegaard in a second. But I see a lot of you moving mad in the comments. I really appreciate you guys. Won't this signing hurt Emil Smith-Rowe's confidence? I don't think it will hurt. I don't think the signing of Ødegaard will hurt Smith-Rowe's confidence. If it is, he's got to take that in a healthy way. If he's got to look at it and say, "Oh, Arteta, you're bringing in a midfielder, yeah? You're bringing Ødegaard, yeah? Do you forget who I am? I'm making sure you're not taking me out of this team." That's what we need. And if you're playing for Arsenal Football Club or any team that aspires to be in the top 6, there's going to be healthy competition. They're going to look to be bringing in players. To be fair with you, as much as I love Smith Rowe, he's done it for 4 or 5 games. We can't over rely on him. There needs to be, like you saw against Palace, when Smith Rowe and these men are not at it, who can pick up the slack? Hopefully that could be Ødegaard. Hopefully they could play together. Ødegaard can play off the right, play as a 10, play in the pivot. Smith Rowe can play in a couple of roles. It's competition for places. It gives us a collective squad. I don't think it will hurt his confidence, because he knows he's got the confidence of Arteta. Arteta's thrown him into some big games and consistently playing him. So again, it's just down to him, but we do need other options. If Smith Rowe is having an off day, needs a break, or gets injured or suspended, what would happen? Like I say, the Newcastle one, obviously it got rescinded and he scored. Say he got sent off, we'd be missing him. We can't just rely on one man. It's the same way where we rely on Partey. Partey's a fantastic player, but what have I always said to you lot? I would have either liked to have kept Herrera or found another guy that can do primarily what Partey's here for. We know Partey can play lovely passes, but primarily he's brought into this team to be a creative, to be a sort of physical presence, in our midfield, to win the ball back, to be a ball winner. If Partey isn't there for a number of reasons, you see we drop off there. So again, I would have liked a man to play with Partey or play instead. And I think we can't just rely on one person like Partey to lock it down defensively. One person like Gabriel to be the man in defense. We can't always look at Tierney. We can't always place our hopes on Aubameyang historically. Now his luck's run out in terms of goals. We can't always look at one man. It's got to be a squad. Now, obviously, I would love all quality players and world-class players, but we need a squad. We need our first target is to get a competent starting 11, which I don't think we have to challenge for higher things. But at the same time, we need depth, because there's too much of a drop-off in quality when certain players come out of this team or certain players are having off days. It's not healthy. So I don't necessarily think it will hurt his confidence. And if it is, then he shouldn't be here, because you're going to have to, Saka's confidence could have been hurt. You've played well at left back, at wing, primarily on the wings as well as fullback. You've seen Willian come into the team, show that you need to play, show that, that was stupid. And that's all you want to see, people. That's all you want to see. Please moderators, please make sure you're doing your jobs. Please make sure you're hitting the like button, people. I'm seeing you lot moving mad. Someone is saying, hello, bro. He was benched because he's in the last year of his contract. Fair play. If he's there for that, fair play, if that's the reason, but it is what it is. And like Marcus said, that kind of carrying on for what I just said, there's no reason either or can't play, but there's also no reason why both can't play in the same team. There's other options. I'm going to get into it in a second, people. Well, later on, but I'm kind of looking at I think if anything, Ødegaard could spell even worse for Pepe than it might for Smith Rowe. Personally, I will back up my reasoning or indirectly speak on it, people. I'm happy to see all the Australians are live and directing this thing as well, considering we've signed someone. Big up DG all the way from Australia, brother. Love this channel. I love having you, and I love that I'm providing some sort of service to you people. But yeah, man, no more playing around. Let's get into the Ødegaard business, people. As you lot can see, if I switch screen, this is actually in relation to Arsenal, but there's nothing to speak about. Like I said, big up Matt Ryan, you know, signing for a club you grew up supporting as a club, as a kid. Big up Matt Ryan, you know, for those of you that want to see the images, them, you know, that's Matt Ryan. And it was really kept under wraps as well, you know. So it shows you you never know just quite what this club is planning. But moving on, everyone and their nan is saying Ødegaard is 90% complete. Ødegaard's going to be an Arsenal player and things. And, you know, it does seem like we're a few hours away from actually seeing Ødegaard confirmed on loan. I'm happy for it, people. First and foremost, we need creative options, and it's you know, we can't look at Smith Rowe to be the oracle or be the answer. He's a quality player. He's going to go from strength to strength, but we need a squad. We need other men to be part of this thing. It's as simple as that, and that's what I want to see. My only problem is everything I read, there's no buy option. So again, we're developing players for no reason, in the sense of, let's say Ødegaard comes here and does what we're hoping Ceballos comes in, that he reminds everyone why Real Madrid bought him in the first place, and he plays to the standard where people are looking at Zidane and Real Madrid and saying, how did you guys loan him out? You lot are so stupid. Look how woeful you guys are doing. Look at Ødegaard. And I think there would have been that luxury of a permanent one, because let's say he comes here, he gets his confidence, he goes back to Madrid. That's good for them. That's bad for us, because we're going to still need to buy a creative man. And it kind of talks about what I was saying indirectly before, people, in that, yes, us signing Matt Ryan is good. Yes, us signing Ødegaard is good, but they're only going to be here on loan. Now, I'm sure, like with Ceballos, we could probably sit down and try and talk about a permanent offer, considering Sociedad allegedly wanted a buy option on Martin Ødegaard, people. Do you get it? So I'm sure we could sit down, but the cynics will say, you know, is this a case of, you know, you're buying Matt Ryan, obviously reactive because Runarsson was poor, and, you know, you ain't able to get another goalie. So you've seen someone on the bench, whether it's poor form or his contract running out, he's an easy target. You know, Brighton will take a loan fee versus nothing in the summer if his contract is running out. Ødegaard only played 10 times this season, can't buy a game. So these were the easy ones. You didn't have to force it and find the money for the Buendia, for the Shabazz, like last summer for our. Also, the cynics might say as well, from the moment you signed Partey on deadline day in October, and it became evidently clear you wasn't going to be able to bring in a next man, or bring in that of equal importance, that creativity to go with the skill Partey brings, you know, everyone will say from October to January should have been looking for targets. So why are you only looking for a lone one now? Was you able to do the business? Is the money there? Or is it a thing where the summer and the club is saying, you know what, last summer we couldn't, you know, we spent poorly with Runarsson, we didn't bring in a creative man. We're now righting those mistakes, and we're prepared to say a thing, do you know what, from January till May, these lot will tie us over, and then Edu in the background will start scouting for targets and more long-term answers to these problems in the summer, when we'll obviously see the financial outlook a bit better. Hopefully we're over COVID. Obviously we'll see if we've qualified for any Europe in any capacity. So yeah, obviously I'm happy to see him come in. There's a vacant 10 shirt. There's a creative man coming into the team, maybe on a temporary basis. He will wear that illustrious number 10, which, you know, better times, Dennis Bergkamp at a period also, and obviously Wilshere even had it, amongst many others. The worst man to ever hold that was William Gallas. But the first article is saying Martin Ødegaard closing in on shock low move to Arsenal after Dani Ceballos led the charm offensive. Now, apparently Arteta spoke with him, which I can imagine. So if you're going to sign for a new club, you're going to speak with a manager. Apparently he was close to going to Sociedad, but speaking with Arteta has helped him. So whether that's with signing of Partey, renewing Aubameyang's deal, and Bukayo Saka, clearly Arteta has something good to say to people sometime. And obviously Gabriel is still convincing people. He's close to completing a 6-month loan move. He's obviously, we need a creative man. He's only played 10 times. He's 22 years of age, so he is quite young. But in relation to our squad, he's probably one of the more experienced. You know, he's significantly more experienced in terms of age than obviously my man Emil Smith Rowe. Saka, as great as Saka is, he's still a young man, and there's many other examples. I'm all for this. We already know that Edu has tried a couple of times, and obviously Ødegaard was left out of the game where they lost to a third-tier side. As you can see, the key bullet points, Edu has been in talks with Ødegaard and his entourage this week, and you've even seen Arsenal fans moving absolutely mad and finding his dad's phone number. Arsenal fans are on a madness, tracking planes, finding numbers. Some of you lot could star in the next Taken, really and truly. So yeah, man, as you lot can see, the writing's been on the wall. Apparently, according to Football London, Edu began negotiations last week for the 22-year-old, as revealed by Sports Mail. it now appears that he has convinced the Norwegian star to join the club, having spoken with the player's father, Hans, and agent beyond tour. So yeah, man, we've got a Norwegian lad. Please make sure you bring Haaland with you. Go and tap him up. A man can dream, people. A man can dream. The report claims that the 6-month loan deal is not expected to include an option to buy, and is similar to the deal they have done for Dani Ceballos. Now, for me, I want to see this work, because I'm not saying it's not going to work, but I always look at it because not my money, but Arsenal claim they need to watch the pounds that bit more. And it's not just, as I previously said, we can focus on Arsenal's mismanagement by big money signings. I think you've also got to look at the cut price ones, the free signings, and obviously the loan deals, because it ain't really worked out for Ceballos. He ain't been a flop. He ain't really been a success. He's had moments. Dennis Suarez didn't work out as well. You've got another opportunity here. I don't know how much you're going to pay to Real Madrid in terms of a loan fee, but if it doesn't work out, which I hope it doesn't, I hope it does work out and it doesn't go negatively, somebody's got to answer for that. I'm happy for Ødegaard. He's a good player. He's a young man that just needs an arm around his shoulder. We need creativity in some aspect. It was all probably naive for many Arsenal fans to definitely expect, if anything, Aouar in January. Szoboszlai was gone, and they're saying 50 for Buendia, so you can kiss that one goodbye at least until the summer, if anything. I don't mind taking a player on loan, but again, I want to see a loan player actually show us something. And all the pressure's on Ødegaard. They're going to be watching you at Madrid. You want to play. You want to come here and be a leader. Let's see. Reports in Spain have said Ødegaard has become fed up with his situation at the Bernabeu and is growing frustrated with Zidane for his lack of game time, and a move to the Emirates is expected immediately. Like I said, like you see in some reports, it's saying in a couple of hours. Arsenal have a good relationship with Real Madrid. Hopefully you can give us Vinicius Jr. or something for free then. Give us Benzema or something. Give us something, man. Make something happen for us. We should have really looked to have taken James on loan in the summer, in hindsight, really. So a mixture of good relations and obviously Ceballos there, and Ceballos has played 20 odd times this season. That will appeal to Ødegaard. So yeah, and I think Ødegaard's taking a risk, because for me, he could have went back to Sociedad where he was playing games and all of those sort of things and found a bit of love. He said, I want to go back to Madrid. He could have said, he took a risk to go back to Madrid. He could have said, I want to go permanent to Sociedad. He could have potentially went back to Sociedad. Then it didn't work out. If now I've said, all right, cool, I've taken a risk at Real Madrid, it ain't worked out for me, I'm moving a bit mad, let me go to Sociedad, where nothing is assurances in life, much less football, but they were giving me game time, they loved me. So he's taking a risk. It might not work out for him at Arsenal, because for me, I see him as someone that can play in a pivot, someone that can play in a 10, someone that can play as a wide playmaker. But if we look at it on paper right now, you've got Saka on the right hand side. So let's just say we're not moving Smith Rowe, we've got to accommodate Ødegaard into the team. Are you going to move Saka to the left-hand side? Of course. What happens with Aubameyang, Martinelli potentially? What happens there? Sort of thing. So he's seen, there's not an evident space on the right-hand side. Right now, in terms of game time, you shouldn't necessarily be the man in the 10. If he plays in a pivot with Partey, which is something I would like to see us experiment, I'm all for that. So there's not clear game time. So he is taking a risk, and I do appreciate the law of the Premier League and things. As you lot know, he's 22, but he's more or less been a veteran, because he's someone bare people have known about footballing world since 14. I'd say us common fans, 15, 16, he's burst on the scene, that wonder kid in Norway. He's firmly a football manager signing. He normally signs for Man United in Football Manager, so I'm happy to see that it'll be at Arsenal. When I start my save again, I'm trying to find a save where they've done the new signings, so this guy could be at my team. But I'm not going to go over all of that again. I'm sure you've all seen that in my last live stream yesterday, where Ceballos said young players need to play and all of those sort of things. So that's the Daily Mail saying such. Apparently, Ødegaard will, again, this is out of Spain now, Ødegaard will play on loan at Arsenal and under Mikel Arteta's command until the end of the season. Ødegaard has packed his bags for London and will share a wardrobe with Dani Ceballos. So I don't know if it's confirmed he'd be a roommate of his or something, but you'd imagine Ceballos will take him under his wing. And Real Madrid, any wonder kids you got? Come on, man. I know you lot don't rate Valverde. Come bring him to our club, Come on, man. But yeah, so all the reports are saying such, AFC Bell, someone I've got a lot of time for. I call him Mr. Partey, because this guy was, or group of guys, or whoever it was, group of girls, guys, whoever you lot are, big up you lot in it. Google Translate has to help me out, but You know, this guy seems to know his stuff. He said informations after the consultation session between Ødegaard and his close circle, the player decided to accept Arsenal's offer. Sources close to the player confirmed that there is an agreement in principle on the deal and it will be announced as soon as possible. Arsenal/Real Madrid talks are about to come to an end about the merits of the deal. So loan fee, all the dotting the I's and crossing the T's sort of thing. What is this saying? As reported in Spain, it's likely that the deal will not contain a purchase option written into the original contract, but both parties will sit at the table in the summer to reassess the situation and the next stage this summer. So maybe in the ideal world, he plays well. We can confirm him for a full season long loan spell, and that could allow us to sign a number 8, not an 8.5, a number 8, maybe a number 6. But again, for me, while there's no purchase option, it's good for Real Madrid because they can either negotiate more money from us or start a bidding war with other people. It doesn't do much for us. We'd have to again hope that our good relationships with Real Madrid would mean we can get a decent fee for such people. So I don't know. I'm aware of a couple of super chats, people. I'm never going to forget you lot. Please allow me to just get through what I'm getting through. When we get through this, I'll nice up the super chats. Please don't make out I'm forgetting it, people. I really appreciate your super chats coming in. Please make sure you're hitting the like button. Please make sure you're checking out the pin message. You've got the information in relation to my watch along tomorrow, Southampton versus Arsenal, and obviously the preview for such. And I'm probably going to be live again this evening. You know, I've seen a lot of YouTubers, and this is really Curtis Shaw inspired, I would say. I want to do a half-season report for you guys in terms of my thoughts halfway through the season. If you lot want that, I will. If you're not, I'll F off, sort of thing. But yeah, you know, so that's that. Another Spanish article, and big up all the Arsenal accounts that do a good job of having the information and stuff. Apparently, Real Sociedad wanted to bring Ødegaard back to the club, but couldn't make the move happen. Arsenal pushed heavily for him, and it will join them on loan until the end of the season. It's, you know, it does, from the language we're seeing, it did appear like maybe it's that or nothing. David Ornstein, another oracle, has said, you know, well, this is the first one. Ødegaard, a player that Arsenal like a lot, and a loan from Real Madrid would ease the creativity burden on Smith Rowe. So yeah, you know, apparently we're not alone in that regards. But you know, 3 hours ago, he said Ødegaard didn't train with the Real Madrid squad on Thursday. He was inside doing gym work. The group scheduled to train at 11 a.m. today, so more should become clear soon. Arsenal hopeful. You know, RMC plus the 22-year-old Norway attacking international will pick Arsenal among other options. So again, it seems like it's 90% done. It seems that he wants to play under Arteta. He likes the attraction of the Premier League, and he sees that he can play football here, and he can see we've got a young squad. These are also always going to entertain him, but we're still, you know, the fine margins away from the deal being had. As you can see, he's at least scheduled to be in training, people. I don't know if he's going to fly to England and complete a medical. I don't know if they're going to make him do one last training session with the players and move on. You would imagine even before this live stream is finished, we'd see a bit of progress, because it's not like it's a permanent deal. You know, once he's proven that he's had his medical and all these things, you'd imagine the loan process to smooth over very quickly. In that regards, apparently Real Sociedad suspect that Ødegaard's advisors want to take him to Arsenal, but Real Madrid expressed that the player's desire is to be at Real Sociedad. So we'll never know whether Real Sociedad actually wanted him, whether they backed out, whether, you know, we put more money on the table, whether Ødegaard and Sociedad wanted it to happen, but for some reason he's gone to Arsenal. We'll never know. And this is where I can't really understand it, because all the reports out of Spain are saying that they were willing to have a buy option with Sociedad and not Arsenal. Did Arsenal push for one? Are Arsenal looking at Ødegaard as someone they can keep permanently, or have they got a target in mind for this role in the summer, and they're saying, similar to Matt Ryan, if they have one in goal, you're just going to help us for 6 months. We know that you want to do up the Real Madrid thing. Fair play. We'll never know. A couple of Madrid accounts are saying again there'll be no purchase option will be included in Ødegaard's move. Martin will return to Real Madrid next season, and many people expect Zidane. We got 1,000 people here. That's one of the first times I've ever done that. Big up everybody. Please make sure you're hitting the like button. I'm really appreciative of all of it. Not too many times I get 1,000 people locked in and them things there. You know, Mama, I made it. I got to take a picture of this. This is iconic for me, people personally. This is crazy. And just like that, it's gone to 91. So I took a picture at the right time. But again, you know, there's talk of Zidane being sacked at the end of the season. Every week, you know, Real Madrid are hitting new lows. The squad doesn't appear there and whatnot. So if I'm Ødegaard, as much as as an Arsenal fan, I want a permanent offer if this goes right. If I'm Ødegaard, you know, don't you think, you know, we all know football is a game of opinions, and football is a game of a manager's opinion. You know, we all don't rate Willian. We all think Willian shouldn't be at this football club, but Arteta does. so he plays. In the same way, maybe he's thinking, okay, cool, I don't really want to stay at Arsenal permanently. Zidane might not be there based on how they're going. Similar to Ceballos even as well, to a degree. We could return to Madrid. There might be a new manager there who takes a shine into me. I start playing and everything's wavy. So there's a lot to consider in that regards. Fabrizio Romano, another godfather in relation to these transfer news and all them things there. Apparently, Martin Ødegaard is tempted by Arsenal's loan bid. He's going to decide together with his family. Apparently, they were in advanced talks to sign him. Ajax would have been a good move for him. Arsenal offer led him to take hours/days of reflection. So he's pondered it, and the law of the Premier League is something he wants to be at. More advanced ones, people. And a pinned tweet of Fabrizio Romano, as you can see, Martin Ødegaard has decided to join Arsenal over Real Sociedad. The deal is expected to be completed in the coming hours. Arsenal and Real Madrid are in contact to reach the agreement. Real Madrid want a simple loan until the end of the season. And to be fair, if I'm crafty being Arsenal, I'd be like, listen, help us out a bit. Let's not say a loan fee. Let's not have no loan fee. Give us a free loan. Come on, man. We pay twice for Ceballos. Come on, man. And this could be the start of a good relationship with us. We've got Martinelli. We've got these guys that we know one day they're gonna be quality, world-class players. And Madrid, Bayern Munich. There's only a couple of teams that can really take these players. We might be able to help you out. So let's not pay no loan fee. I'd love to see a bit of craftiness from Arsenal in that regards, people. So they want a simple loan. Arteta spoke directly with the player, so maybe Arteta's learned from his former manager in Arsene Wenger in that he knows how to gas players, call them special and stuff. And obviously Arteta is Spanish, so what I look at it is, you can imagine Arteta is Spanish. He must be watching when he gets a chance a high volume of La Liga football, so he understands the sentiment, so he understands exactly beyond the obvious reasons what Ødegaard is going through. So I'm all for this, like I said, Ødegaard, get on the phone to Haaland and tell him to come true as well, my guy. But it is what it is. On a serious note, I'm happy to see that. Away from this, another one just to confirm things, Ødegaard has chosen to join Arsenal on loan and not Sociedad. Away from that, people, apparently, another Spanish report is saying Emi Buendia's reps will travel to London in the coming weeks to discuss a transfer to Arsenal. The move will be completed in the summer if there's no time this month. And to be fair with you, we've got you can, as much as we're all critiquing the club and there's no permanent signings and we can talk about loan players and stuff, I think you'd have to give the club luxury in that. Fair play, they've got rid of 2 of the 3 players that we all know needed to leave. 2 are permanent, whether we've messed up the paying them off or whatever. You brought in a backup goalie temporarily. You brought in Ødegaard. Okay, cool. You can go towards the summer for Buendia. And Arteta hasn't ruled out a left back. I see a lot of you linked with Ryan Bertrand. A lot of you talking about that. Please, if someone can point me towards a legit report, then I'm not gonna say anything. I see a lot of you talking about left back, but nothing seems to be arriving in that regards, people. Ryan, you say 40, that was about 40 minutes for Ødegaard. So that's just to clip it up later. Bertrand. As you can see, I can't spell for ish, people. And to be fair with you, it's like this, I previously spoke about this in my podcast. Please make sure if you're on Spotify, if you're on Apple and Anchor and the rest of them, you're checking out the Deluded podcast, people. I do a lot of content. I'd be over the moon if you lot appreciate that. Go and take that in as well. We do the vocal content as well. I can't see anything on Google in relation to Ryan Bertrand, but imagine he hasn't got long left on his deal. He wants to get better finances and he wants to play in the Champions League. We can provide you with better finances. We can give you the London aspect. You've won the Champions League, Bertrand, so allow it, man. Just come to Arsenal, be a backup. We can give you competitive wages. We can't give you Champions League. Apparently, they want 20 million. He's primarily linked with Spurs, Everton, Leicester. I'm sure Arsenal are looking at him as well. Is he going to give you much longevity? Because I'm not going to lie, he's been around for a while, isn't it, people? 31 years of age. It could, what's really the point? Really, you're going to have to buy a next one in a year or 2. You might as well get someone a bit, like I'd say 25, 26, personally. But it is what it is in that regards, people. Please make sure you're hitting the like button. Apologies, I've not been showing you lot no love in the comments because I've been, as you can see, that was a mouthful to get through. But now I can take you lot in. Big up yourself, Neil. I appreciate you lot. I've seen a lot of you talking about Elise. I wouldn't mind that. Isn't that what, an £8 million release clause? I want him. I've made videos about him. I want him to come to Arsenal, people. Let's agree a fee for him and let him stay at Reading for the rest of the season. Come to Arsenal next year because he's got a good thing going for him at Reading. Big up yourselves, people. I would love him. You know, Sabas is a good baller. I don't even think he lacks power. I think Sabas is a very good player. He's just, I don't know, something's just not ticking. I just want to see you play to a greater consistency, really and truly. Man said DG don't get greedy, bro. As an Arsenal fan, every year I don't get what I want, so now I'm greedy, man. I'm very greedy. Keep hitting the like button as well, people. Are we only on 400 likes? You lot are doing the guy dirty. What's all that about, people, man? Come on, man. There was 1,000 of you in here at one point. 538 likes, people. Mad thing. Let's get that up to 600. 6K of you already have viewed this thing as well in terms of playbacks. Means a lot. It means a lot. Big up Deluded. Like Younger has said, hit the like button, people. I'm sorry that I've missed out a couple of you guys, but yeah, I'm scrolling up, seeing what you lot are saying. Like up the vid so 1K becomes the standard by God's grace, man. Bro, it's a mazza. We done a madness today. We did a madness. Look at you lot. You lot did a madness. Who knew all it took is for Arsenal to sign players? Matthew's finding the funniest. Bro, it's a W for me, bro. You lot are gassing me, man. You lot are gassing me. Grealish, if we get Champions League, I would love Grealish. But if you ain't got 80 to 100 million, just keep yourself at yard. Ødegaard is coming into Granit Xhaka's position. Don't mind that. And that is something. And that brings me on to the next thing as well. Let me take in what you lot are saying. But I was kind of like, you know, in Football Manager, when it shows you your depth, it shows you who could play right wing, who could play left wing. I've been doing that for years, innit? So I wanted to kind of see what Ødegaard's arrival means for us and things like that. So we're going to get into it in a sec, but I'm very conscious of the fact that there was a lot of super chats. So why I can't bring them all on screen, I found one. Big up yourself, Sky. So you said, will Ødegaard have to quarantine when he arrives? Also, Zidane tested positive. Probably, could be. You know, I guess that's a very good thing. Probably has to take the COVID test and the rest of it. So, you know, not sure when his Arsenal career would kick off, sort of thing, but good outlook, good take. Probably, my guy. I didn't even the excitement of looking at it from a footballing perspective, I didn't even consider that. Apologies for missing out other super chats. Let me go to my other screen so I can take you guys in, people. Skyter has said as well, hit that daily assist button, people. Let's get 400 on today's like and 600 at the end. Also, Dark Arts. Big up yourself all the way from Norway. D has said, do you think Smith Rowe and Ødegaard can play in the same squad? Maybe one can play in a deeper role. Yeah, why not? First and foremost, they can be interchangeable. 1 second, my guy. I'm making sure I write this down. Who's at about 46-23? Smith. Sorry, people. EAS/Martin. Sorry, it's just so I can clip this one up. But like I said, I see no reason why they can't. I see no reason why they can't. We need problems. I'm not saying you, my guy, but typically as Arsenal fans, we do this thing where we go, oh, we can't get this guy because of that guy. We can't do this because of that. We can't do, like, people forget. I'm not saying you once again, but people forget it's a squad game. Some men are going to get injured. There's 38 Premier League games alone. So I feel, first and foremost, you could play Smith Rowe or Ødegaard, depending on what the game requires. You could play one of them behind the other. I would say Ødegaard personally, behind Smith Rowe, or you could force one of them, maybe more so Ødegaard on the right wing, which complicates things. And everybody should raise their levels now, because if I'm Smith Rowe, I've waited a while to have this opportunity. It's here. Nobody's taking it from me. If I'm Ødegaard, listen, I didn't play at Madrid. I'm not here to play games. I'm playing. If I'm Ceballos, you're almost a forgotten man. See how I'm not even talking about him now. He could get into it, come and complicate things. This is what we need to see. So I think they could. I think it will be either or, but they probably could. And it gives us more depth and more things to play around with. Big up yourself, British Rail fan. You've said, when will Ødegaard be announced as an Arsenal player? Love for the super chats as well. My guy had no clue. They said Ornstein and them and there said the next coming hours. So I'd imagine by the time I do my next live stream, if he isn't a player already, we'll see official confirmation. Arun, big up yourself. You said, how are Ødegaard's running stats? I don't know, my guy. That would be interesting to see. I don't have a clue. I really don't. Big up everybody locked in. There's 608 likes, people. I really appreciate you. And there's still over 800 people locked in. So that's always appreciative. Someone has said most stupid signing, fair play. Man has said bare pessimists in here, fair play. Everyone's allowed their opinions. See you saying, if you're still watching, you're enjoying it, might as well hit the like button. I appreciate all my members and moderators. See the rest of you. I see you lot grinding and things like that. Aya said, what about Mitchell from Crystal Palace? He's only got 6 months left on his contract. I wouldn't mind him, to be fair with you. He's not a blockbuster guy. He's a steady Eddie, but he's all right. He's all right, man. Aya said, who would you start, Ødegaard or Smith Rowe? For me personally, Smith Rowe. Until Smith Rowe has a shaky game, he don't deserve to be dropped. He's been a good player. He's been doing his thing. Someone said Ødegaard will be like Denis Suarez, too much of a weak done for the Premier League. You're allowed that opinion, but hopefully he's not that personally. Vava Vuma said, DG, make me a mod, bro. Work rate like Prime Alexis. I don't see you consistently in here, but if you are, forgive me. If you want me to do that, obviously I'm probably not going to remember it. So at the end of this video, please comment, not on the live stream, but comment when the actual video is out under it, and I'll see all of that. So yeah, man. Dylan has said, as an Aussie, I'm super happy to see Ryan in our shirt. Fair play. That would be me if we saw a JA Tug walk in. As a Chelsea fan, I have to say Arsenal the smallest team in this planet. Fair play, we'll take that, but we beat you. So, it is what it is in that regard. You don't need to focus on spending 200 million on your thing. But moving away, Ødegaard, number 10, naturally, that's where I would like him to play. Would you take Lewis Dunk? I wouldn't mind him. I don't think he's bad, but I must admit, a bit of recency bias creeping in. I think our defenders have been all right. And if we're going to bring in a defender, for me, I guess you could say Lewis Dunk is better than Koppelman, but I want to bring in people that are clearly better, that are evidently going to improve our team. Always said Ødegaard had really good pressing stats for Vitesse in the Eredivisie, and that's something Arteta might rely upon. So again, it shows that he's someone that you'd probably describe as, the poetry in motion, the sort of beautiful game sort of footballer. But it tells you can be a bit of industry if requires, and he will need to defend a hell of a lot if you're going to play in this Arsenal thingy. Somebody said Ødegaard made the most key passes in the final third next to Messi last season. Hopefully that happens at Arsenal. As you know, even Ødegaard isn't going to save all our creative issues, because we need to collectively want to get the ball forward consistently. Even look at our game against Newcastle. Fantastic turnaround in the second half, but we still struggle to break down low blocks. Now, did we score against Newcastle because we suddenly were able to break down that low block? I'm not saying yes. I'm not saying no. Or was it, when you watch the game again, Newcastle tried to have more of a goal from minute 45 to the end of the game versus in the first half, and then we was able to pick apart those holes and those gaps. Make of that what you will, people. Make sure you're smashing the like button as well. Make sure you're smashing the like button. I hope someone buys Torreira, fam. Same, I want to keep Torreira, but I ain't got time for the Yachty thing. I haven't got time for how he's moving. If he doesn't want to be here, if he's not with it mentally, then keep it moving. Someone said, what club does Mitchell play for? Crystal Palace. Let's not get too excited. Neil, done deal for Matt Ryan. Ødegaard agreed loan. Emi Buendia talks for summer transfer. Hopefully. Brad Davis has said, much love, DG. Keep it going. Feels good seeing the channel getting some spotlight. I appreciate that, my guy. British Rail fan, I did warn everyone that you're going to need to give me time. I did not miss anybody's super chat. I didn't. I specifically went back and mentioned everybody's. You had one. You spoke about when will Ødegaard be announced, my guy. I'm pretty sure I read that. Fair enough. If I'm seeing your comment later, apologies, but I did. Someone said, how often are your Deluded podcasts released, DG? Twice a week. We go on a Monday, Tuesday, if there's action on a Monday, and then we go and preview the game on a Friday. So make sure you're aware of that, people. So yeah. Bro, if we get Ødegaard, I'm going to go stupid. Trust me, man. Trust me. I'm going to go absolutely ballistic. It's going to be crazy, man. Jay has said, big up Deluded, always supporting your channel, your content. Man's always catching up. Great news on Matt Ryan. Hoping we can get Ødegaard and the left back deal done. The left back, I wouldn't mind that, bro. Everybody's talking about Amari Richards now. Everybody's talking about him. But not that I was knowledgeable or whatnot, but I actually watch football. You lot that are my subscribers. Who was there? Who said we should, as well as Elise, we should look at this guy? Now, lo and behold, he's going by Munich. Everybody's onto him. We're part of the minority. Everybody just likes doing the sort of reactionary thing. Reese has said, hi, Deluded Gooner. Hopefully them O's are for Ødegaard. Big him up, man. Big him up, and them things there. Hope you're all doing well and safe. Don't forget to hit the like button, people. Don't forget to check out the pinned message. Sia said, let's get this to 700 likes. Where are we so far? Well, we won 654, 654. Ooh, we might just be able to get that to 700. Can we get that to 700 people? British Rail fan has said, why so many negative people in the chat? I can't see any of it. So maybe you lot are swooping up. You know, man are saying bare pessimists in here. You know, everybody's allowed an opinion, man. You know, Tim has said, don't get too attached to him, even if he's looking good. You know, exactly. While there's no permanent offer, let's just hope he can help us for what we need to do for the 6 months and then keep it moving, man. DJ said, do you think we could replicate City and have 2 8s with Partey playing the Fernandinho role? Yeah, in theory, could run without a doubt. Could run without a doubt, man. Could run without a doubt. And I'd love to see us having the option of doing so. You know, my guy is saying we are actually doing sensible business in the transfer window. I can't believe it. Man, are saying different knock FC. Some man that are complaining wanted Ericsson. Bro, it's crazy. Somebody said read Fabrizio Romano's a recent tweet. I think I have, my guy. If I haven't, forgive me. I'll type it in again. I'll type his name in on Google again, see if something comes up. Ooh, Reese Harvey. You're gassing me. And you need to become Reese Harvey. You need to be a moderator with sharp eyes like that, because this thing come out a minute ago. Let's see. Let's swap the screen, people. Let's swap the screen business once again. As you look, 10 notifications. I hope I'm not getting cancelled on Twitter or whatever. But as you can see here, no, I'm not talking about William Jose to Wolverhampton. You can see the Sociedad manager said the possibility of Ødegaard returning here doesn't exist. He was really close, but when Arsenal joined the race and Arteta called him, sorry, that's not actually said. He said the possibility of Ødegaard returning here doesn't exist. As you can see with Fabrizio Romano, he's reiterated he was really close, but when Arsenal joined the race and Arteta called him, Ødegaard changed his mind. So what we're saying is it's a different knock FC. Arteta was able to convince people. We'll have to see, man. So big up Thingy, man. Big up Fabrizio Romano and the rest of the transfer, man. Big up Arteta for getting that one. Big up Edu as well. Again, let's not get too excited. Let's wait till it's confirmed on the dotted line, man. So yeah, nice to see a lot of you are there. Jim has said, is there anything you want to see from Arsenal before the end of the window? Well, they're doing everything, innit? I wanted a competent backup goalie. We needed some creativity. We knew we weren't going to see permanent. So that's that. You know, you've got rid of some of the players that need to get rid of. There isn't too much. If you can bring in a left back, you can bring in a left back. If you can bring me an 8.5, a number 8, then fair play. You know, I still maintain I'd like to see a number 8, whether it's an 8.5, maybe less so now because Ødegaard's here. Pardon me. Bring me an 8 that can get goals from midfield or look to break the lines. Can you get me a number 6? Because if Partey's not there, we drop down a level. You know, fundamentally, Partey's great. You know, he's shown his great passing. He's good on, pardon me, he's fantastic on the ball and his technical abilities. But primarily, once again, Partey was brought here to win the ball back and those sort of things there. Partey is injured, suspended or whatever. You can see the issues. And we don't have enough competent options because, you know, we need to have good competent options in midfield. It's as simple as that. But that's what Fabrizio Romano has said. Big up to all the people in the chat on the ball, making sure that I'm able to keep reacting and speaking about these sort of things. James has said Bun Bertrand is 31. Fair play. You know, Reese, you gotta be, man. You gotta be with that sort of, you know, you're always keeping up. Last couple live streams, you've been on job with that. You know, at the end of this, Reese, to help me, please. I don't know how you do it. I'll give you an email address. In fact, if any of you want to be moderators, really, and I'm talking, you actually want to be moderators, people, I'll give you like email address to email your YouTube URLs to. 1 second, I'll actually give you like an email address, my business email address. 1 second, people. Need to actually copy and paste it. Where is my phone? 1 second, people. I've purposely set up a dedicated business email address and I always forget how it's actually spelled. Apologies. But yeah, to make you lot a moderator more time, I need your channel's URLs because when I'm typing in like Reese Harvey, it's not coming up. So the easiest way is what I've told people. If you send me a URL, it's literally a copy and paste. It shows you your copy. It shows you your URL and I can make you like that. So if you do want to be a moderator and don't embarrass yourself, unless you're not here, if you're here consistently, like I can see with Reese, you know, and I will ask my other moderators to help me, email the following email address. It's DG. No spelling errors when you lot see this as well, people. You know, if you want to be a moderator, Reese, especially holler me. It's there in the chat now. It should be there now. If you want to be a moderator, that's it. Someone said DG needs his hat back. Bro, I need a haircut. And unless Donnies know how you can unless people know someone that can cut hair in London, I'm stressed, bro. I want a haircut, man. I want to take you lots wives and whatnot, wives and girlfriends and daughters and all of those sort of things. Like C said, hit another goal. Let's try for 800. We're moving mad today, people. You lot are making my Friday. I don't even want to come off this. Lemon has said, you don't do URL here. You don't do URLs here on Twitch, Deluded, do you? I'm quite poor with that, so I think Twitch is another thing we're getting at. But I've done a lot of research into Twitch. I spent a good time researching Twitch yesterday and how I'm gonna make it work and trying to learn a bit. So it is what it is, man. I'll be on job in there, but big up all the Twitch gang. Someone said you're gonna pattern waves. I used to have waves, but come on, man. Man's got the natural curly hair. I don't need none of that, man. Even on a rough thing, the girls still be in the greasy look. You get it, man. Even getting the chin hair and that now. Pretty people. It's mad. It's mad. Hopefully Arsenal can win the title before this ish starts to fill out. Yeah, what's Philip said? Yo, Deluded, big up from Germany, new to the channel, bruv, loving all the content. If we actually sign Ødegaard and a backup left back, this will feel like the summer window. Only Arsenal will do the business they're supposed to do in January when they're supposed to do it in the summer. But we love this club, man. Georgie has said, love your channel from a United fan. Keep up the excellent work, my bro. I really appreciate that. And I appreciate you lot, whether you're Arsenal fans, whatever in it, you know, even the Spurs and Chelsea fans. You know, I appreciate all of you. Like, I appreciate all of you. Like, Deluded Tsunami. Hey, Twitch chat is so intimate. We must cherish these days. Trust me, I don't get much love on Twitch, but I'm gonna put a real shift into that. For 2021, it was to put more work into my Instagram, into my Twitch. Well, coming Twitch into Instagram, and obviously the podcast, because you know YouTube, we've got an okay platform. But it's got to be better than that to get it. Hey, what kind of funny man business, Mr. F? Can you twerk? Can your mom twerk? What kind of funny man business you deal with? What is? Come out the thing, man. Yeah, what's all that? It's a bit bakey. It's all of that. Moving away from all of that, people. What else you lot say? Different knock. Well, we have to be shameless, bro. We have to be shameless. Different knock FC. Because right now, before it was looking like we was knocking and people weren't answering our door. You know, I'm not gonna say it, but we all know, you know, there's certain people that knock on doors and hand out leaflets and stuff like that. Maybe that's for another Deluded, but we're moving like that sort of thing. Bro, you gotta shout the ladies, man. There's hella ladies in the group in this, you know. You gotta shout the ladies. I don't want to shout out man them all the time. I'm not Man United, you know. Like, my sport women, bro. Like, it is what it is. Shout out them. But on a serious note, Alik is saying Balogun can move on now. He wants more than 60K. He's deluded. Let's be careful because we don't actually know what that young man is, and what he wants, and I don't think. Even if his advisors are money hungry and power hungry, you know, 60 million for a guy that's played 70 minutes, 60K, sorry, for a man that's played 60, 70 minutes is crazy, bro. It's a myth. Brent has said, Deluded, been rocking with you from time. I appreciate that. D has said, DG with that goatee will be fire, bro. My friends get on to me. They say I'm gonna look like Zaytoven when I'm older. Type in Zaytoven if you don't know what Zaytoven looks like. They get on to me all the time. Big up all the Nigerian killies as well. A big place like Nigeria messing with me. I really appreciate you lot, man. Let's get this to 800, bro. William, I'm not gonna draw out William in it because he ain't been starting too tough, but you know he probably will start tomorrow. But you know, William, can we get that one gone in the summer? You know, hopefully a miracle can happen, but that's someone we need to get gone. We need to get gone, man. We need to get gone. Anyone in mind? It's difficult. It's difficult, man. It's difficult. That Deluded Guna finally hit up the plug and ordered a DTV box yesterday. Me? What did I order? Someone's doing fraud. I didn't order some, but them boxes are elite though. So if you can get one, get one. But I don't know what I ordered. Maybe I read that wrong. But yeah, man. Bro, maybe we don't know that though. Maybe he's just looking out for his client. We don't know that. It's very easy to say that, but who knows, man. Danger Closer said, big up from the States, waking up to Deluded. I appreciate you, man. I really appreciate you. Bro, I'm gassed as well. We're finally getting this. We're finally getting decent players. Tyler, you've got to shout them out, man. You know, we all came from a woman, did we not? You know, we all did. Aya said DG should try and change the background to a barbershop. Why? Can I Photoshop a barber in here? Bro, don't worry. When you see me coming with, well, Raheem Sterling cut his hair, but when you see me with the Raheem Sterling and the Reece Nelson thing again, and everyone's, oh my God, looking like Bow Wow back in the days. Don't worry, man. Don't worry about my thing. Watch yourselves, people. Is there any more transfer news to speak about? Hey, I rarely see people from Paris or France in here. So big up the French man them as well. Man said that, bro, people, I love DG's humor. I'm at work cracking up. To be fair with you, they say some people just say I'm a boring guy, but different strokes for different folks. Everybody's allowed to say it they want. Big up from Death Star DG. Big up all the, what do they call them things again? Star Wars, man, them and all of those things. My G, been here since your first vid, my guy, and I appreciate that. I appreciate that. We've come a hell of a long effing way from that, don't you think? Crazy, isn't it? Reese said, what time is the preview for the match tomorrow? It's out already, my guy. Check out the pin message. It came out a couple hours ago. You know, it's out already. It's supposed to come out yesterday. I'm not going to lie. I fell asleep and forgot to press the upload button. But it's out now. It's out now. You got that. It's there. Take that in. Dia said, Googled Zaytoven and I see no difference between him and Teach. Oh, man. Oh, man. You know, I've got thick skin when it comes to banner. As someone that was always the shortest, always behind in terms of PV, someone that can't get the beard. You know, you can imagine secondary school, savaged alive, but I was good with, you know, yeah, your mom, boom, 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 boom. This is how you get into it. You had to. Obviously, the older kids, you know, shout out to Jay and all them, man. They used to tear lumps out of me. I was that kid in school. It's like, what? You see when you play with the older kids, it's all love, really. But you see, you can give them verbal when there's not that there's teachers around, because forget the snitching. But you know when they can't get to you, I'm like, yeah, what? Shut up. And then they'll come to me like, man, come on, man. I was just moving gas to allow, man, and then punch up to feel it. But I was one of them youths, never learnt my lesson. Never, ever. And to a degree, I don't. Big up yourself. You said respect from Glasgow. You have just played at a decent level because you've got a good IQ for the game and good tactical understanding / analysis. I really appreciate that. Emma said, did you see Kolasinac do that mad run for Schalke, then mash him up? No, I haven't really been paying attention to Kolasinac at Schalke, to be fair with you, but it wouldn't surprise me because Kolasinac can go on strong runs. He can do things along them lines. It's just everything else that comes into it. Hopefully, he can continue to do those sort of things, my guy, because obviously, the more he does that, the more we have a chance of moving him on and actually making some cash for him, people. A man said DG is a young Cuba Gooding. You're going mad, man. Bro, you don't need beards when you got sauce, man. You don't need beards when you've got sauce. DG versus DT. I don't know what this spamming BS is about, but fair play to you. You know, there's no need for the plan. Is there going to be a secret scout podcast? Yeah. You know, we recorded one today. Big up the secret scout, take him in. You know, it should be out whenever he's gonna bring it out, but you know, we're there. We're there. No, you're not boring. You're hilarious. Appreciated. Fam, you've gone clear. Don't know about that. I want to, man. We're trying to push this, trying to get it somewhere. Hopefully, I can get to 100K subs one day. People deluded in the building. Big up from New York. Big up all my New York tugs. But judging by your display picture, have you got Tim's on in that in that picture? Crazy. Somebody said, bro, check out ZR's tweet. Let's see what's being said in that regard. But that's already it, to be fair with you, man. We're already it, you know. Let me share the screen because there might be some golden moments for you lot here. I don't know. I always want to give you lot information. I don't know what you lot going to get. But as you can see, Arteta, when asked about signing the left back, we already know that he said the option is open and we'll be looking to see what's available in the market. And you'd imagine when this Ødegaard thing is done, you know, between getting Ødegaard on loan, bringing in the keeper, getting people gone, there should be enough time dedicated to seeing what we can do in relation to a left back or a backup fullback. On one hand, I think Saka and Maitland and these guys can do it if called upon. On the other hand, I would like someone who is naturally a left back, not able to play there and play well there, naturally a left back, able to step up when required if that's ever the case. So yeah, David Ornstein has said there's some final negotiations that need to take place. Will there be an option to buy or will it be a straight up loan? I think Arsenal would of course like him to be part of their plans for longer, but that will depend on Real Madrid and Martin Ødegaard. Apparently Arsenal weren't entirely convinced by Borussia Dortmund's Julian Brandt. Fair play. So yeah, people, and this is just the same old things. You know, again, we already know this. Why would he, if Zidane remains in the job and he can't play? It's a bit like Ceballos. You'd have to make a decision. So, yeah, we already know that. But love for that, man. Love for that. Making sure I'm not missing anything out. What else has been said? There's a super chat there. Let me make sure I don't miss that one out there. Drizzle TV has said, your growth has been sensational. Keep it up, big man. Keep going. These pundits on Sky have nothing on you. Big praise. Hopefully I live up to that one day, man. Hopefully I live up to that one day. Brandt did score at the weekend, but I've seen Arsenal are not convinced about Brandt. Szoboszlai, Aouar. I see that as you can't afford these players, really, but it is what it is. M is saying 787 watching, 765 likes, big settings, TG Nation. And this is without a doubt one of the biggest and most watched live streams I've ever done away from other things. So I really appreciate that. Any chance we're getting Villa top man, unless you're talking about Grealish, I don't want anyone really. McGinn and Grealish, and again, that's 100-odd mil, really. We ain't got the bands for that. Yasin has said, big up Deluded. What should we expect Arsenal in the summer window? Realistically, it's difficult, but I would imagine, I'd love to imagine you bring in a number 6 and number 8. I'd imagine a centre half comes in. I have to assume at this moment in time, I'm going to throw left back in there, my bro, because as I just said, we're looking at a left back allegedly or looking for one. But at this moment in time, it's not there. So I'd say the usual stuff. I would like a 6 to go with Partey or in place of Partey at times. I would like a number 8 who can carry the ball and break lines. If everything was fixed up, I'd personally like a striker, to be fair with you, and I think Arteta would as well. If we had the team we think we need to get top 4 consistently. Jim has said, if you were offered a punditry job, where are you going? Are you talking about specific clubs or what? If it's specific clubs, of course I'd love to be the Arsenal man. I'd love to be the black Gary Neville on Sky Sports speaking about Arsenal and whatnot. I would speak about anyone. I'd work anywhere. I'd even talk about Spurs, whoever gives me a chance, really and truly. If you're talking about Sky Sports, ESPN, BT and the rest of it, I'd be open to all of them, but I'd more so want to try the American thing, because it just feels like in America there's more opportunities. You can be more honest with what you've got to say and stuff like that. So yeah, that would probably be it, man. We got the people then with the super chats. Hugo said, Ødegaard, are you rating that business? I'm rating bringing him in on loan. We could definitely have done a lot worse. So I'm all for that, man. All for that. I would like to see him leave. He's got a year left in his, 2 years left in his deal, 18 months in the summer. Why would they loan him out if, we're talking about a left back when we had a backup left back there? That tells me that, they're not rating his thing. So hopefully being at Schalke can put himself in the shop window. Would you want to sign David Luiz? No, I think this should be David Luiz's last thingy, people. Like, this should be his last thing. You're going places, fam. Make me want to start my own live stream. Appreciate that. Start it, but make sure that's actually what you want to do with your heart, my guy. And I appreciate those kind words, man. Seriously, it might just say, I'm not just saying that for no reason. You lot make it worth it doing these things, man. Hi guys said, what would Arsenal need to achieve this season in order to be classed as improved? Well, break down low blocks, continue these clean sheets, and making sure you have a solid record in terms of clean sheets. So learn how to break down low blocks for me, keeping more clean sheets, just improving the obvious. And the league position, you have to have an improvement on last year. I'm prepared to take, not that I want to, but if we finish lower down like we did this year, what we might do and what we did last year, but we're improving things. We're not talking about the obvious deficiencies with Arsenal. We're seeing tactics, we're seeing consistency, we're seeing positive, then I'm all for that. But for me, if you don't improve on your league finish, anything less than getting top 4 is a failure, because that's been our goal. As unrealistic as it may or may not been, that's been our goal in every summer going into every season. So every time you don't make that, it's a failure. But if we improve in terms of goals scored, clean sheets, the way we're playing, and all the things that I criticized that weren't there under Arteta, under Emre, apologies, fair play. But it is what it is in that regards, people. Firmly, please make sure you're all hitting the like button, people. Sean is saying we have 9 days, bro. 9 days is a long time in football. So small hope we can keep the signings coming in. Let's keep seeing if that can happen, but let's not get excited, man. Anderson has said, look at DG, man, so inspirational. I really appreciate you guys. You lot are inspirational. You lot are the reason I keep coming back and bringing consistent content. If you lot didn't watch it, or if I didn't get them little supports, it'd been crazy, man. It'd be crazy, man. You lot keep me going. Sometimes, you know, you're thinking, oh, is it getting anywhere? What's the point? But you'll just see one message from one of you guys and whatnot. You say little things like, oh, you've made my day. I've been looking forward. And I'm like, right. And even if I haven't got to where I want to get to know that man, one man or woman, wherever they are in this world, the minute they said it said Deluded is posted on YouTube, it gives them some sort of value. That gives me a spring in my step, really and truly. So I appreciate that, man. Jim has said, if you could bring back one player from the Invincibles 11, who would you take? Thierry Henry, Patrick Vieira? I'd say them two, really. And there's mad options, but I'd say them two. Because as well as the ability, the way they are would take us to another level. And I think, you know, could you imagine Thierry Henry through the middle, Aubameyang on the left, Saka on the right, you know, Partey and Vieira through the middle, you know, as a pivot, put Smith Rowe in front of them. You're not getting past them two man in midfield. It's a myth. It's a myth. And people forget, and what annoys me with Patrick Vieira, people forget how bloody good that guy was with a football, with the passing, with the dribbles, with the link-up play. People forget it. Absolutely lovely footballer. Make sure you're all checking out Sandro's stuff as well, people. While you're all here, subscribe to his channel and follow him on the Instagram and all of those things, you know, is in the description. It's in the comments, better yet. So, yeah, man. How much racks do you have? None. But if you and your mother want to sponsor the guy, you know where the donation button is. Kind of bullshit are you asking, man? Someone said, not going to lie, DG, your channel is the only Arsenal correspondent I've had in 2020. Large up yourself, my G. More love, more growth. Appreciate that. Really appreciate that, my guy, man. Really appreciate that. Would you take Rico Henry from Brentford? I don't think he's developed as much as I thought he did, but I wouldn't mind him. True has said, real fans have said that whilst both Ødegaard and Isco played, Ødegaard offered a lot more. I'm happy for that loan at least. Fair play. Fair play. Philip has said, would you like to see Matt Ryan start against Southampton in the Cup tomorrow? Again, I can't imagine he's too far off the pace. But again, you know, I look at goalies. You've got to get a relationship going with the rest of your back four. So I think it's maybe too early. I'll go with Leno personally. You know, if he came in a week or two before, then yeah, he'd have every chance. But it is what it is, man. Tristan has said, I don't know you personally, of course, but I'm so gassed to see you on Sky one day. Hopefully we keep performing, we keep developing, and I appreciate that, man. Man, I'm saying you soon get your chance. Hopefully, man, by God's grace, man. Hopefully. Man has said, do you want Ronaldo? If Ronaldo wanted to come to Arsenal, bro, I'd drive up to the Emirates. You know, I'd drive him from Liverpool to the Emirates. Ronaldo for a couple of years would be amazing, but it's not going to happen, is it? You know, I'll be keen to see if he actually goes to Real Madrid. Please make sure you're hitting the like button. People continue to hit the like button. Sponsorship deals coming soon, man. Keep working hard. Keep working, man. We keep working, man. It is what it is. What do you think? What do you think if the signing of Ødegaard happens will mean for Pepe? That kind of brings me on to what I wanted to speak about, people. So if you give me a second, I'm going to share the screen. I'm going to show you lot something. Well, there's nothing to show you, but I'm going to do what I normally do in terms of depth purposes. So that kind of brings me up to something I was going to forget to speak about. I've got it in front of me here, but if we was to say, let's just focus on right wing, yeah, candidates for right wing, no order, there's no pecking order. You know, first one that comes to my head, Bukayo Saka. You've got Pepe, you've got Willian, you've got Reece Nelson. Yeah, I don't think I'm missing out another right winger. Let's say Ødegaard, because although he might not be a right winger, he can occupy a wide playmaker role. So I think personally, you know, Pepe might suffer even more because again, don't get it twisted. Don't get it twisted. Like I just said, primarily, you're gonna see Ødegaard play through the middle or play. I'd like to see him in a withdrawn role in the pivot or as a traditional 10. I don't mind if you've got to shoehorn him into the right hand side, but obviously if you play him as a wide playmaker, he's got to defend. There's no way around it. There's no way around it. He'll have to defend, and I think he recognizes that. And his pressing numbers, from what you lot have said, are allegedly quite good. But I think it could spell tough times for Pepe because, you know, this man deserves to play because he's playing the best. You know, we've got an obsession with this, Donny, so that means you might not play. You know, if Smith Rowe can't be dropped out of the team because he's playing amazing and we have to shoehorn Ødegaard into the side temporarily, he's going to be ahead of you. Nelson, the club allegedly don't want to loan him out, so he's in the mix. But like Pepe, he could probably be stressed out as well. So I think Ødegaard playing in that role, if anything, is going to harm Pepe even more because you've got 1, 2... And if he came in, I say came if because he is going to come in, but if he came in, there's 3 men ahead of you. Nelson's probably behind you. So you've got that. Obviously, when you look at Cam now and our depth at Cam, I don't mind it because the only ones, you know, these are the only guys I genuinely consider. You've got Smith Rowe, who can do it. Now you've got Ødegaard allegedly. They're the ones to do it for me. If you need to start looking at other people and being a bit adventurous, then obviously you've got Lacazette, who can be in a 10. Not really the biggest fan of it, but he does do well in that regards. I don't want Saka to play there, but Saka has also played there very well. You've also got Nelson, who I wouldn't mind getting an opportunity there either. You've got the opportunity of playing Pepe there as well. These, you know, this isn't really going to happen unless we're pushed to it. This is something that a lot of you flirt about me thinking about it in the live chat. So I mentioned that, you know, flirting between the idea of Pepe in that 10, he could do it, but nah. You know, we've seen Saka do it previously. I've seen Reece Nelson occupy that role very well at youth level. So I think he could do that as well. You've obviously got something like Willian could play there. So again, the only 30 options you want to see there is that really. And then these are all experimentals. Now saying that, Willian is probably a more natural choice versus the others. Maybe Lacazette's the only one that stands up there. So it all depends. But now we've got options in the squad. We've all got options. Now you're in danger because I don't think Arteta's using you too tough, you know. So I don't mind that. The left wing, of course, as you lot know, by that logic, I do think if Ødegaard is going to be shoehorned, it's going to be into that wide right playmaker role, as you lot have previously seen. But if it was to be a wide left playmaker role, then obviously you've got Saka, who also primarily was playing on the left, even though I told you, lot, the man's future is on the right, a long 9 times out of 10. You've got Martinelli. You've got Aubameyang, who is going to play there consistently. And then you'd have Ødegaard and you'd have Nelson. Now, for me, I'm keen to see what our starting lineup is going to be because just focus on the front options, people. For me, ideally, it would be Smith Rowe. Again, ideally, it would be one of Smith Rowe or Ødegaard, but let's just say you couldn't drop both. For me, you go with a Partey. I think long-term Smith Rowe can learn to play alongside Partey in this role, but for me, you know, you could go with a Ceballos in terms of being expansive. I know form doesn't go, but you go with an Ødegaard potentially. You know, you can go with an Ødegaard in that role. You've got Smith Rowe in the 10 position, and then you've got whatever front three you guys want to go with. So for me, I would see personally, based on how they're playing, Saka, you know, can't really drop Aubameyang. He's got, I mean, Lacazette because he's got good link-up play with the youngers. But for me, Aubameyang through the middle, Saka on the left, Martinelli on the right. You know, that's pace, that's aggressive for me. That's the sort of front three I immediately want to see. I want fast interchangingness and things predominantly with these two. Equally, you know, there is other options you can do. You can go with a Pepe, you can go with Laka, you can go with Oba, you know, and have Smith Rowe or Ødegaard behind them. I don't want to keep typing this out, people. But yeah. So like you could see, you could go with because your name is long. You could drop Smith Rowe out completely, people, and do something like that. You know, you could go like that, or you could go like that. You know, and this is where we've got good options. Or if you had to shoehorn, man, you could go with Smith Rowe again. Just imagine he's in the 10, force Ødegaard out there on the right. You know. You'd probably have to go with Lacazette out there and maybe with an Oba, and then you could flirt with options. Obviously, you could draw numerous ones. You could go with, you know, Ødegaard, you know, Laka or Oba, and then Saka or Martinelli. You know, you could do so many things. There's so many options. And again, I know a lot of people are saying, oh, somebody's got to miss out. That's good for us, you know. But there's a fine line between depth and imbalance, but that's good for us, people, because someone's got to miss out. And I'll be saying to the players, make sure it's not you. Simple as that. If you train well, you keep playing well, you ain't gonna be the one that misses out. It's as simple as that. Really, really and truly. Like literally, it's literally as simple as that. And I don't think it can get any simpler. We need depth. It's only Arsenal fans that do this. Oh, what if he can't play here because of this and that? No, it's a squad game. There's gonna be times Smith Rowe is gonna go like he's going through a good patch. He's gonna go through a bad patch, so you can drop him out. Ødegaard is going to adapt. So maybe for the first game or so, he's going to have to take it easy. And Ødegaard is joining us when we're coming into a tough game of fixtures. As you lot know, Man United, Leicester, Wolves, Villa, Europa League to come, Manchester City, Southampton twice, you know, from January to March, in fact, to the end of the season, but from January to March, it's a mad thing, people. So, again, there's plenty of different options for us to flirt around with and stuff like that. But we'll have to see, people. We'll have to see. You know, we need options. Simple as that. So that's that in that regards, people. That's firmly that. Let's remove that. Big up everybody locked in, people. It's only 1:36. Crazy. Big up all the JA tugs as well. You know I got time for you. Emperor said, "Hey DG, what would you think would happen if theoretically Arteta leaves and Vieira takes up the managing role with Kino as the assistant?" Well, to be fair, it'd be good for the passion merchants. They'll end up punching up half the team, to be fair with you, and half the team would probably have broken noses and broken eyes and whatnot, and probably a broken leg based on the way they're playing. You know, there'd be, you know, and probably Vieira and Keane will start fighting each other. So it is what it is, man. Bro, Smith Rowe, for me, I see Smith Rowe as being someone like Grealish. Long term, I think Smith Rowe can play at 8.5, like Big Celtic said. I think that's him. You know, I think that's him personally. But I don't see no reason why he can't be like Grealish, where you can affect the game. Obviously, if you ask Grealish where he's more at home, it's probably in a 4-4-3 in that 10 position, or you know, on the left hand side within that if it's a flat midfield. And he can also play on the left, but he excels everywhere. That's what you want Smith Rowe to be. You know, Smith Rowe lock down one role and then you're able to do the rest. But I also agree with what Selt said. Long term, you can be that 8.5 personally. You've also said, Big Selt, I don't think we need more attackers bar number 9 if we keep Ødegaard. I agree. You know, unless it becomes key where, you know, you can obviously, Big Selt, I know you agree with this. If there's players available that are evidently better than what we have, I don't think we do. I think I would like another number 9. I think Arteta would as well. We've got a big decision to make, you know, big decision to make over Eddie Nketiah, over Aubameyang, you know, even over Willian and over Pepe as well. Big decisions to make. Big decisions to make. Big decisions to make. You know, Smith Rowe could also play there. You're fully right, man. Elise is a very good player, man. Elise is a very good player. Elise is a very good player. You've said DG needs formation, team viewer like Goldbridge. I don't know what that is, my guy, but it's something I'll look into. You know, DG stands for Deluded Google Documents. Google gonna have to start sponsoring, man. We work with what we can, man. We work with what we can. It is what it is, man. Lemon has said, love how articulated you are, Deluded. It's the best way to get your message across. Your note taking / making is top tier. I appreciate that. I appreciate everything you lot are saying. You lot are gassing me. This has been a very good live stream, you know, in terms of the numbers, in terms of the positives. You lot giving me renewed energy. We're actually at 876 likes, people. Can we push that up to 900? We're so close, but yet so far, people. Can we pattern that up? Please, can we pattern that up, man? We're actually looking like we're gonna make history today, really and truly. Dedrick / Bellerin. If I'm real with you, my guys, whatever one played well in the last game, I'm a big fan of Maitland-Niles. I'd love Maitland-Niles to lock it down over all 3, and I like Bellerin, and I rate what Cedric's with. But if I'm real with you, if it continues like what I'm seeing halfway through the season so far, for me personally, we've got to look at bringing in the next right back. Obviously, one would probably have to stay to be backup, and we could sit here and talk all day, but I just see 3 man, 1 position. I need to see someone lock it down consistently. King Thaddeus said, where do you realistically think Arsenal's going to finish this season, and also Europa League? Europa League, I don't know. In terms of the league position, you know, probably more of the same where we are now. But if we put some form together and try and capitalize on this poor season, you know, the world's your oyster. But I'd say more of the same from last year. It's difficult to put a number on it, man. It is what it is in that regards, man. Firmly. Do you think Ødegaard will be announced on the final day in typical Arsenal transfers? I think we'll see something by the end of today. I say that. I don't know, man. S has said, could you... Sorry. AM, big up yourself. You said, get man to 100 to 1K likes. Let's make history. Simple as that. Stylish, big up yourself. 800 people. Large DG, you're growing. Trust me, we're trying, man. Slow grind better than no grind. But S was actually saying, could you do a daily show Deluded about transfers, etc.? Great show. To be fair with you, 9 times out of 10 when I'm live, we're talking about transfers, but it's something I can look into, maybe being a bit more specific and stuff. You know, we've only got a week left in the window, maybe, but January there isn't too much time really in terms of bringing in players. I'll definitely do that in the summer, but you know, I'll look into it, my guy. I'll look into it for sure. Chima said, what's your take on Ceballos this season? some good moments, some bad moments. A bit like last season, where I'm not seeing real consistency and really what you're about. But you know, I mean, I wanted Ceballos to play, and I want Ødegaard also to play like this, where you're playing to the standard that if you go back to Real Madrid, or if they said Real Madrid want to call him back tomorrow, me and you are sitting here, my guy Chim, and we're like, they can't take Ceballos, man. They can't take Ceballos. Not to say Ceballos is a bad player, but if they said they were calling him now, we'd all be talking about how we probably have one less midfield body, but we'd all be like, all right, cool. You know, and for me, if you're coming from Real Madrid, it shouldn't be that easy. You know, we should be begging you to stay, sort of thing. It is what it is. Big up yourself for loving the stream. I love having all of you lot here, people. Appreciate that. Just ears, it said Trinidad Guna. Respect my G, good content. Big up the Caribbean Gooners. Trust me, big up all the West Indians out there, wherever you're from, and them things there. You know, and everyone, big up all the African nations as well. Nigeria's repping heavy in here, and I see South Africa, I see bare things, and all the other Asian regions, Malaysia. You know, I'm even seeing New Zealand, Australia, bare different. If I've missed out your country at this point, it's ridiculous. But I appreciate Kenya was in the building as well. It's crazy, man. Leah said, "What's your view on Maitland-Niles? I'm feeling like it could be sold in the summer if he don't step up. Well, we probably should sell him. You let 20 million just lying about. I think Arteta likes him. I think from what I see, it might be Maitland-Niles' focus, because it's like Maitland-Niles shows that drive, the determination. Then he gets a bit complacent. That's probably why he's not in the lineup and stuff. He needs to keep behaving like he ain't achieved nothing. And it's the way Arteta, you know, the way Arteta speaks of him is literally said. Go and look at the last comments made into that about it's down to him more or less. I'm Norwegian and I've seen him since he was a teenager. Ødegaard is like Ozil, but Ødegaard, sorry, can shoot from outside the box and he can score more goals. Let's hope so. Let's hope so. I want all of that. Goals, creativity, everything. I want it all. So let's see that, man. Sky reported that we're in the advanced negotiations with MO, so DG's guess of today looks good. Well, it's not even a guess of, I can't take credit of that. It's just a calculated guess that you lot would have probably said, because we're seeing too much language creeping on 1K likes. Let's keep going. Where are we now? Where are we now? It might have to be a shot thing. 948 likes, mad thing. We're doing bits. Keep it up, people. We're doing bits. I did not think that thing was going to happen, people. I spoke about him, my guy. Love for reminding me, but I spoke about him. Not African, just enjoying the content. It don't matter if you're African, Caribbean, English, wherever you are in the world, DG Nation, we're all connected through our love for football. I'm just saying the countries that are coming to my head. You know, look, we got Lagos in the building. He's watching from work. Big up all the Nigerians again. Like, it don't matter where you are. You know, India in the building. I appreciate you, Georgie. Egypt, Mohammed, you know, El Nene region. I respect you lot. Make sure you lot bring the next Mo Salah to Arsenal, though. We can't afford to miss out on them and there. So make sure you're scouting out there in Egypt, because we need to find these players before they go off and become the mad thing, man. Done out here, it said could be an idea to do daily transfer talk. Most times this YouTube crack doesn't notify me when you're live, bro. They be clocking the guy, you know. This is why you got to be on Twitch. The Twitch gang always get notifications. I don't know what YouTube is doing. YouTube be doing guys dirty all the time. It is what it is. Nick has said, do you think it's fair that Chelsea can buy all the players in the world and Arsenal cannot even buy a top 10 player? Life isn't fair. You know, we've got an owner that doesn't care. You've got an owner that splashed the cash. But, you know, what's the fun? What's the similarity that both teams have had now? They're underperforming, you know. I'm sure it doesn't matter. And to be fair with you, it's not, you could say, I could ask you, is it fair that you spent 200 million and, you know, you're struggling against Fulham, you're getting patterned by Leicester, and you're nowhere in terms of the league title challenge that a lot of you were speaking about. Draw of that what you will, you know. Sending out a search party for Werner and Havertz, my guy. They have not been the same since they ran into Smith Rowe and all of them, boy, the Emirates, you know. Shit. Is what it is, man. Reasons why I ask, I want to listen to real facts like your show. S&D, I appreciate that. You know, I'm always for the people, them. And, you know, I've got a lot of content to come out today. I'm probably going to stream later today, and we'll probably speak about our season being a halfway. Loan report, I'm behind in that. I lost all my data for the loan report and watching these players, so I have to do that. There's quite a few things I got to crack on with, man. But we keep grinding. What's the time? Not even 2 o'clock, 1:45. I don't advocate this, but, you know, Willian would get a lot of money for his hair, to be fair with you. Big up Deluded. Sorry, it's not even coming up. Big up Deluded. Always A1 content. Hope you're good, my brother. I'm always good. I'm good now that you lot are, you lot are pushing my thing. You lot are doing the most for me, man. So I'm always good. I appreciate you for being locked in. Malawi's also watching again. You see, big up Malawi. Big up all my Malawi ones as well. It's ridiculous. They're different regions. There's no way I'm gonna remember them all. It's crazy. Absolutely crazy. Trinidad and whatnot in the building. I appreciate you lot as well. Kenya's also here. Again, I mentioned Kenya to be fair. They're always here. The JA ones are there. Balogun technically is a homegrown player because he is homegrown. So that answers your question. Big up South Africa as well. Big up Jamaica each and every time. You lot are gassing me. Big up North Yorkshire as well. Big up Deluded from the freezing North Yorkshire. I get stick for not supporting Leeds, but I've loved this club for 35 years. Don't let anybody give you stick. You know why you fell in love with Arsenal Football Club. And it doesn't matter if you're from Leeds, I'm not down the road, but I'm only, I'm not too far from the Emirates, but it doesn't matter if you're like me, if you're on another side of the world, it doesn't matter. We love this football club, really. And, I know you're not international, but I've always got admiration for people that can't go down to the Emirates or in different time zones and whatnot, because your dedication is spot on. I've always hated them, man, that go, oh, you're not a real fan if you don't go to stadiums, because we all know there's many things that can disadvantage people from doing that. And for me, I see that as a classist sort of thing, because not everybody can go to the Emirates and spend money on that. If you're international, not everyone can however much grands it will be to get a flight, get accommodation and all of these things, not everyone can do that. So it's almost, I don't like the talk of you have more of a right than someone else because you've got a season ticket or because you're able to go to the Emirates. What does that mean? It don't mean anything. It's all about what's in here. So make of that what you will. I wouldn't mind Mona Solomon. It does see Manor Solomon. I wouldn't mind the Israeli international. He's done all right in the champs, but it just seems like agent talk at this moment in time. We've got Luton in the building. Hey, you need to find us the next James Justin. Make sure you're patrolling around Luton for talented players like because what we took Wilshere and Charlie Patton off Luton, to be fair with you. Mark's over there in East Kent. Big up yourself, Mark, as well. And again, I don't know what footballers have come out of Kent, but you need to be watching that. Guyana in the building. We've got Somalia. Big up all the Somali ones as well. We've got Norwegian. We've got other countries, man. Robbie saying, love your content, DG, my guy. Love, bro. Thank you very much. AJ saying, solid stream. Top content. Love the respect you have for your viewers, bro. Because without you lot, we're nothing. Like, as long as, listen, the only thing I don't like is rudeness. Now, I can't speak for anyone else. Like, we have banter, we talk about football, but it's all in moderation. The minute somebody's coming on badness, you know me, I say it on them, or I ask my moderators, please get out of it, because we've got a good thing going. Without you lot, this ain't nothing. I'm never going to be a saddo and talk to myself. There's 800 of you lot locked in here when you're all at work, or you could be at work. You could be, like I said, your life could be different. You could be at work. You could be looking after your kids. You could be on your hospital bed. Hopefully nobody's like that. You could be doing anything. Anything could be going wrong in your life or right in your life. But you have found time to come on this thing. And it's free. In the same way, I don't like people being rude to me for no reason because I'm offering something for free. I respect you lot because you're giving up your time, which is arguably more important than finances, because you can't get back time and we're all choosing to spend it. We can't save time. You have to spend it. We're dying every day, literally. So it is what it is. Who's more talented, Zidane or Bergkamp? I'm saying Bergkamp. I'm an Arsenal fan, but Zidane's a baller, so I'm going to sit on the fence. I'm going to back my Arsenal men, but come on, Zidane. Dia said, thoughts on Thiago and his performance against Burnley. Thiago's a bad boy, but, injuries and whatnot, he's been struggling so far at Liverpool. Burnley, like everybody, he wasn't quite at it. S&D said, Deluded, what drives your passion doing what you do? Great show, big man. Many things, I want to get better. I want to get, 100k subs and all of these things, and obviously get this to a point where obviously it can support me better financially, and obviously maybe even get financial freedom, and obviously do other things within football and make this a good platform for people to have their opinions and keep expanding. So I'd say that I look in the mirror a lot, and I have an image of what I want to be like in the future, and I'm not that man yet. So every day I'm not that man of tomorrow. I'm driving towards that. And for me, fundamentally, the world don't care. It's like I don't believe in feeling sorry for yourself. You can take 30 seconds and feel sorry for yourself, but at the same time, the world keeps spinning, rightly or wrongly. And I've always said to myself, that's the greatest gift or the greatest curse of life. So I'd say these things drive me. And you lot, plenty of times I sit here like, what's the point making content? It's not taking in. not getting anywhere. Brands aren't doing this. I'm reaching out to this guy's acting, that guy's acting. Even people you see me used to see me do weekly shows with, their acting. What's the point? But then I'll get little messages from you, like you, you're the best creator, you're the this, you're that, and not for the comments per se, because I mean these things will make you big headed. It's just the fact of like, the service I'm providing or the content I'm providing. I might not think it's anything, but somebody's getting something from it, so I can't give up. Like somebody's excited to see what I have to say about something, so let me keep going. So I'd say you lot are the main drivers. Without you lot, this thing can't happen. So it is what it is. 1K, did we do it? Mad thing, mad thing. We did it. 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 Woo! Hey, we made it 1K and some change. 25 of extra 25 for that. Big up you lot, man. I do a cooking channel, but happy to talk about anything and everything. I get show the cooking channel some love, people. Show the cooking some love. King Tadia said you should do an Arsenal versus Southampton watch along, brother. Where are you? Are you tuning in for the first time? What do you think I do, my guy? Check out the pinned message. You've got a link to my preview for tomorrow, and you've also got the live stream. So please make sure you take me in, because tomorrow, 11:30, I think I set it from. I think that's when we'll be there. What is this thing doing? You better not mess up my Liga highlights, because I want to watch Angers versus PSG and Lyon versus Metz. I've got them games recorded. So yeah, live stream business. Check out the pinned message for all relevant info. You lot are gassing me. You lot get, hey, Sean, I could cry too, man. I could cry too, man. Nazima said, Deluded, my bad if you mentioned this, but do you have any suspicions who the mole is? Well, it's got to be Kolasinac, either Kolasinac, Socrates, or Ozil, because, you know, since these men departed, or advisors around them, since these men departed, Arteta's language has changed. Max has said, are you happy with Matt Ryan? To be fair, yeah, he's a calm backup to goalie. He's better than Runnison. I'm not going to sing from the rooftops, no disrespect to him, but it's calm. Like, he's calm. I'll take that. He's calm, sort of thing, if that makes sense, man. I'll take that each and every day, man. True that. We finally have to admit that whichever players Arteta contacted, everyone joined us. Well, to be fair, he did all his work to get our as well. So you have to give him it, man. You have to give him it. Come on, my guy. Come on, my guy. Trust me, anyone but him at this moment in time, bro. It's not levels, man. It's not levels. I'd love to see you and Curtis do a live stream. It would be a madness. You know, me and Curtis have been busy this week. We should have really, last couple of weeks, we should be patterning. But big up Curtis Shaw TV. I'm sure he's online or going online shortly. So make sure after here you check that out. But we will do some stuff. Trust me, man. That's my guy. He's one of the few clean-hearted guys within this, and things like that. You know, Dia said, big up the mods for keeping the chat chattable. Big up all the moderators. Silent. What's the word? Silent performers, I'd say. You lot are the groundwork. I can't see everything. You lot have made sure any emerging news that's come out while I've been here, we've been speaking about it. Anyone chatting any badness comes out of this. It's a lovely one. When live streams work like this is what I want every time. Obviously the numbers, but not necessarily the numbers. We're just speaking football. We're having a joke. We're speaking football. It's simple as that. King Taddy, big up yourself for tuning in for the first time. Make sure you hit the subscribe button. Watch along business every game. Watch along business. So, we're there. Tomorrow, we're there, man. 1K, we're there. We're there, people. We're there, man. Absolutely there, man. I can't believe it, but I'm gassed. I'm gassed still. Gassed still. Really appreciative of you guys, man. Really appreciated, man. Good content again, bro. Just subbed. Wish you all the luck. I appreciate you, man. Man said, hope you stocked up enough chicken wings for the game tomorrow. To be honest, the game's a bit early, though. The game's a bit early. So I'm going to have my breakfast. I think I'll be all right. I'll probably second half I start feeling it. But you're right, man. The chicken wings are there, to be fair with. To be actually fair with you, they're in the freezer. I just need to defrost and cook that, to be fair. Don't tempt me, Mark. Don't tempt me. Don't tempt me. Ahmed has said DG 1K likes and nearly 800 viewers. That's top notch. Respect, IG. We keep moving, man. We keep moving. We keep moving until we make this the pinnacle. Big up Lyle as well. Big up all the members, as I said, people. What else have we got here? Mate, do you think Basuma would be a good signing? Yeah. Basuma's a good number 6. Simple as that, man. He'd be certified in our team, but Money talks, innit? Money talks. I'm not sure what Brighton would say in the summer, but if you was asking me to lose a key player mid-season, I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm gonna say you need to give me 30, 40 million. Simple as that. Appreciate you, my guy. Big up all the Indian ones in the comments. DIY Ninja said, deluded, my G. We need to get that double over Man United next week. Will spark some confidence into the players. Also, while knocking Man United off the top, what could be sweeter? You know, we'll speak about that game, but I do want to win that, and I'm sure they want to win it against us after obviously losing that, letting us win for the first time since 06 at Old Trafford. So we'll have to see, man. We'll have to see. But yeah, man. Arnold Pinnaker said, what would you say if David Luiz Ceballos were given one-year contracts at the end of the season? Well, Ceballos would be longer. If Ceballos was made permanent, I don't agree with it, but I'm not going to cry with it because he hasn't, at this moment in time, I haven't seen enough. If David Luiz signs a new deal again, I'm not going to cry, but I'm going to question mark the team because David Luiz has been all right this season. David Luiz has done cool, but these sort of players will always let you down when it gets to crunch time. And for me, you know, the only player that we should be relying on is in terms of that is Aubameyang, because he's an exception. Previously, he's a top goal scorer and all these things, but it's unhealthy to be relying on David Luiz. We either need to train up Saliba or find that sort of bridge partner, whether that's Marie or someone else or both of them, to give us competent options, because I don't want us to rely on the pensioners, with all due respect, you know, next season. So we'll have to see. Big up all the USA ones as well, locked in, man. Would you consider coming on my channel sometime? I know nothing about your channel, my guy. Probably. It depends on what it is. Why not? Thoughts on Ryan? As I said, he's better than Runnison, so that's cool. Decent shot stopper, 28 years of age, Arsenal fan. It's all calm. It's all calm. Like you said, when the chat is levels, it's a pleasure. Facts. Absolute facts. Absolute facts. Pablo has said, just subbed, keep the content coming. Really will, man. Really will, man. What have you said? Not that we care about them, but what do you think is going on at Liverpool? I said it in my podcast. I just feel with Liverpool, it's a bit of everything. Injuries, players not performing, opposition pressure, opposition's finding them out. I think a big part of it as well is complacency. I don't think Klopp is complacent. I don't think that, well, the players are. I don't think Klopp is complacent. I don't think the players are. I don't think the fans are. I just think they're not, like, they haven't made enough signings to go on to that next level. Because when I look at signings like Werner, when I look at signings like trying to get Werner, apologies, people. I'll get back to your question, bro. Stop saying we can't rely on playing. Once you're playing for Arsenal, you better be reliable. Gary, I think you need to clean your ears out, because I didn't say you can't rely on players, and I agree with the statement. I said we can't rely on one man. You can't pin, like how we used to pin all our hopes on Koscielny. We pin all our hopes on Aubameyang. We'll pin all our hopes on Ødegaard. Ødegaard is not going to be able to thrive in a creative sense if we don't do our part in terms of movement and the rest of it. So again, please listen to what I'm saying, and then critique me by all means. But I didn't say you shouldn't be reliable by playing with Arsenal. I actually, at the start of this, said when I look for new players or players at this football team, I look for the 3 C's. What are the 3 C's? Consistency, confidence, and competence. Can you do a job? How well do you do it? And can you do it consistently? That all turns into being reliable. Like I've previously said, I only really rely on Gabriel, Partey, Aubameyang, Tierney off the top of my head, because they're the only ones that have anything close to reliability. So I have expectations. So Gary 100, I think you need to clear your ears out and actually listen to what's said, but big up yourself regardless. But as we were saying about Liverpool, I just don't feel they've evolved the team enough. I heard all this, they don't need a striker because they got Firmino, and I think Firmino's a bad boy. But imagine they had a solid number 9 when the other 2 ain't at it. They tried to find Fekir, so clearly they need more creative players. They bought Thiago, so they've clearly looked to do that. I don't feel they've taken it up another level, and I'm not going to say it's the end of a cycle, but you know that squad has been together for a while. The bulk of it, couple players might not, but the bulk of it. So that's what I feel in relation to Liverpool, man. Get them, DG. No, it's not even a get them thing. Of course, I'm putting in extra hours. You know, get them, DG. Yeah, hey, Bukayo Saka as well. Saka, Gabriel, Tierney, Martinelli, them man there. It's nothing to do with getting him. My pet peeve is when people don't listen to what I've said in true football fan fashion. And for anyone that wants to do YouTube, be prepared that people aren't going to listen. I actually not going to listen to what's said. Who's this guy waffling on your screen? The girl, the you know, I'm not even gonna do it, man. Who's this guy waffling on screen? The guy of your girl's dreams, man. I couldn't help it, man. I stopped myself. I couldn't help it. You know, I really couldn't. Gally, if you know you got a boyfriend who doesn't like me, please watch it on your go into the toilet and watch it on your phone, because the man them are moving mad. It's not my fault. I'm a chocolate darling. Tavi always said, deluded. I'm just happy for the options. Facts. Options. Serious. Just that's it. That's it, man. You know, it's as simple as that. Bro, good thing I don't have to imagine that, in it, because it would be peak. Because who the hell would we have? Good thing I don't have to imagine that, people. Don't feed the trolls. To be fair with you, it's not every now and again. It's a Friday. We'll bite on a Friday, man. You're right, Ryan, though. Every now and again, we'll bite back, man. You know, you gotta give them the attention they want, man. Trust me, full chat, bro. It's not even a comeback thing. It's just why, man? Why, man? My opinion versus Greenwood. They're both two quality players. I love Greenwood. I think Greenwood's a baller. I'm only focused on Bukayo Saka because of what Bukayo Saka could do. But I feel Greenwood, Saka, the Foldens, these are all England's future. So let's support them all and let them do their thing, man. Simple as that, man. I've said this before. I do think they both could start together and play very well, but we'll have to see. Bro, babyface striker. I might be a right back, but I'm a striker. Don't try and if you par me, come with something good. You know, Carl, you better make sure you've got the juice, because you know, I'm human. You lot should see the negative comments. It's like people always look at me like I'm the bad guy. Like, man, I will reject 400, 500 comments, abusive comments, just air it, and then I'll be like, you know what, this one, you're not getting away with that. And people look at me like the bad guy. I get it. The dynamics I'm at, I shouldn't be replying, but every now and again, bro, you gotta feel it, because you're gonna go and just abuse everybody, sort of thing. I hope it's not for Pepe. Don't really care if it is for Willian. You know, Willian is the only end for himself, my guy, I'd say. A man said, "Oi, DG, early days you were hiding these lyrics, but you're quick with it. We need that North London expressions link up." I've shouted expressions. He ain't got back once, so I'm sure he's busy, but shout out to him, man. What about your views on Smith Rowe then? You didn't mention him, but he's reliable in my opinion. I fuck with Smith Rowe heavy. Go and check all the videos out. But, you know, as much as I rate Smith Rowe, I cut him the luxury that he is a 20-year-old. He's only played 4 or 5 games. So while I rate his thing, people, I'm not throwing him into that bracket yet. I'm applauding him, but I'm saying the only guys that, if I'm the manager in August, the only guys that I know are going to give me a certain, they might fall off a bit, but the only ones that are going to give me a certain level of performance consistently, and I can bet my life on it and even my job, is Bukayo Saka, Gabriel from what I've seen, Partey from what I've seen, Tierney from what I've seen, Martinelli from what I've seen, you know, Aubameyang. Well, I'd throw Leno into that as well, because Leno might have his deficiencies, but he's a decent keeper. Aubameyang, based on what he's been at the club, that's around 7 man. That doesn't mean I rate Smith Rowe, but I need to see what you need to do what them man was doing to be thrown into that bracket. Does it make sense? I've got a lot of time for Pepe, for Maitland-Niles. I actually don't mind Xhaka. I don't mind Bellerin. You know, I don't mind bare of these players. Lacazette, I don't mind bare of these players. They're not bad players, but collectively they're a bit rubby. Collectively, a lot of these players are like seasons. You know, they'll be in it for 2 games and they're out for it for bad games. They all go through moments of forms. Few of Arsenal players are consistently good for a long duration. That's my thing. So shout out Smith Rowe, my guy, man. Without a doubt. TG is making the hater like him. Deluded Ibra. Oh, man, it is what it is. Big up the Twitch gang as well. My thoughts on Pepe, good player, extremely frustrating, to put it nicely. Tavio has said Deluded been screaming Haaland for time. You're right, bro. Haaland babies, and Arsenal's under 23s, I believe, are in action tonight as well. So you know you're going to get your review. Yeah, make of that what you will, man. Shout out from New York. Lucas said, call me Brazy, but I think we can push for top 4, if not defo top 6. And it's down to the players. You know, the players are the reason, like I said earlier, the reason why we're not in them shouts right now is not because all the other teams are clear on us. We know we're not the best team. We know we ain't got the best individuals. But we're not here because these teams are massive standard above us. We're in our mess because we've done points and we've done foolishness. That's why I think we will fall short, because we will let ourselves down. I want to be wrong. I'm not trying to put a doubt or anything. I know we've put a good run of form together, but these players need to prove me wrong. These players need to show me that they can go into a run of difficult games and get something, because we failed in the last difficult run. We've come out of it now. We're doing all right, but now I see 2 games against Southampton. I see Manchester United at the end of the month in no order. I see Villa, Leicester, Wolves, Spurs, Benfica, City, and there's all heap of other games. Can you come out of that with something respectable? If you can come out with that with something respectable, I can believe in a lot. But we'll have to see, my guy, man. We'll have to see. We'll genuinely have to see, man. We'll have to see. Like up the thing, people. Like up the thing. The grind is real, DG. Man left and came back. You're still here. I soon bust out. It's too something. But I like speaking with you lot, man, really and truly. Someone has said, has the Twitch views ever reached double digits? I don't think so. We must be close to affiliate now. Last time I checked, we was at 2.2 or something like that. Not quite there yet. Not quite there. Ninja's come back and he said, channels due to grow, my bro. 50k inevitable by God's grace. Hopefully so, my guy, man. Hopefully so. Hopefully so. Leah said, DG, what's happening with Nelson? Is he injured? I thought this kid was going places. He can still go places. He's been injured. He's not really been out of the team. I would have liked him to go out on loan in January, but the club have said no. I back him, man. But I just think there's a lot of people ahead of him in the pecking order. And when I look at it, I don't understand the Willian one. I think he could still be a player, but it's one where he's got to grab a shirt now. You see what Smith Rowe's done? He's grabbed his shirt. Saka grabbed his shirt. Maitland-Niles at a time grabbed his shirt. Man have to grab their shirts. Joe Willock, Nelson, Eddie and Ketia, they've all had little patches of form, but they've not grabbed their shirts. Grab your shirt and don't let anybody get a piece of it. Saka doesn't care that Willian is 32 and he's been at Chelsea, or 72 million pound Pepe. He said, I'm 19-year-old Bukayo Saka. I'm the number 7. Left wing, right wing, I don't care. I'm playing ahead of all of you, man. That's what he needs to do. Simple as that. Like Holding a lot. Holding's my guy. I don't think he's amazing. I do think he does some questionable things, but I don't think Holding is nearly as bad as people make out. Holding's one of those players that people just ready to get onto him. I'm never fully confident with him because he does do some questionable things at times, but I like Holding, man. I really do like Holding. You can check my tweets on Holding and my videos. I like Holding. I think Holding can get England called up, or at least I believe that now. I think he can if he keeps playing to a high standard. Big up Holding, man. I think he's a good, competent squad option. In an ideal world, he's probably not the guy, first team standard, but yeah. Mavropanos, I think we're going to end up selling him and making little peas and whatnot. We'll have to see, man. Working from home, as long as I get the bell, I'm here. Big up yourselves. Today we are hitting that. Big up the Twitch gang. What are we actually hitting that? Big up Lemon, man, for pushing things. I promise I'm going to be more up to date with the Twitch gang, because I want to push that. And all the times I'm not streaming, I want to actually be making content. Someone has said Ødegaard just got on a flight from Spain, by the way. Oi. See what's going on there, man. Blessings from JA. Big up all the JA tugs as usual, man. Big up all the JA tugs. Been here for a minute. 9 minutes past 2 p.m. over here in the UK. You're right. Holding has shown up this season. What have you said? Hey DG, who do you want to win the league and who do you think will win the league? If it's not Arsenal, I don't care who wins the league, as long as it's not Spurs or Chelsea. If it was out of them two, God knows. In terms of the league, I don't really care. I really don't. It's nothing to do with Arsenal, so I don't really care, my guys. As long as it's not Spurs or Chelsea, I don't know. I thought Liverpool would win it. Now I think it's between Man United and Man City. Again, it could change, man. Lemon's onto me, said he will reach Twitch partner, I have no doubt, but he needs to put his Twitch on blast more. That's all. Deluded Guna 187 on Twitch, people. Deluded Guna 187 on Twitch. FM streams are landing. That's why I'm telling you to go on Twitch, my guy. Where's that comment gone? It's Twitch. It's soon landing. I'll let you know, but it's here. Man said more success to come, bro. Hopefully, my guy. Hopefully, my guy. Somebody said, be aware that Ødegaard has been inconsistent in 2020, especially for Norway. What are your thoughts? He's a 22-year-old barely playing. I expect a lot of that. So we'll have to see, man. Morgs has said, who do you think deserves the number 10? A couple man are saying Martinelli, but I want him to take the 17 shirt from Cedric. Hey, I see what you're on. You're on that Alexis Sanchez wave like me. I do think Ødegaard is probably going to get that 10 shirt. I would love the 10 shirt to stay vacant, because then I could sit there and go, you know what? We're getting someone in the summer, my guy Morgs. We're getting someone in the summer. But I think Ødegaard will take that 10 shirt. I think Smith Rowe is working towards being given that at the end of the year. Martinelli, I'd rather him get the number 9, 17 or the 9, really. I think he could be, but I think that 10 shirt, that 9 shirt, they're going to stay vacant very soon and we're going to get signings in. But I don't think, it's not that anyone doesn't deserve it. And I feel sad saying that with Smith Rowe because he's working hard. I just think that shirt is a very heavy shirt. And right now, nobody is convincing in terms of you're the outstanding choice. Sandro King has say, hey, just joined and subbed. I'm a United fan. Big up yourself. Jay Harder said, hey, just move to Twitch to check it out. Make sure you're doing up the Twitch thing, people. We've got 10 viewers there now. Emmanuel has said, man's watching you whilst I'm on an online lesson. Big up to you. Make sure you do your lesson and stay in school, my guy. Make sure, man. And that's it. Simple as that. I'd rather Martinelli get 11. To be fair with you, I would like Martinelli to be the number 9 or the 7, but Saka's got the 7. Trust the process, stop the Arteta hating. Don't think I've hated on Arteta today or said anything about him today, really, but okay, fair play. Let's see, man. What else you got? A couple more questions. I'm going to keep it moving. We got people from the Power locked in. Big up DG from the Power. I think with the addition of Ødegaard and Ryan, we can add depth with this good form, and fingers crossed, hopefully we can win Europa. Hopefully, my guy, let's see what's happening, man. Ben 10 has said, need a proper striker to make the runs for Ødegaard. He's an insane passer. The assist to Highland for Norway. True. Guna Squad has said, thoughts on Eddie being ahead of Balogun. Don't really understand it apart from being experienced. Would love Balogun to get opportunities, but it's done in it. It's done in them regards, in it. Man saying Martinelli should be the number 45. People are saying give Partey number 5, Ødegaard number 8. 18 apologies. I'm there, my guy. Hope you're well and in good spirits. Anthony has said, do you think Ødegaard can slow Smith Rowe's development? Will it be worth it if he's going back to Madrid at the end of the season? Well, you know what? As much as I like Smith Rowe and I want him to develop, we can't blur the lines. Are we here to be Smith Rowe FC and just develop Smith Rowe, or are we here to realise sporting ambitions? If we're here for sporting ambitions, Anthony, we need to find the balance of the two, in that Smith Rowe is given an opportunity to develop, but equally, if he's not performing, there's pressure on his spots and there's pressure on his space. The reality is, if Smith Rowe is playing like how he is now, it's irrelevant. He will be playing. It's like, on another way, we might say, imagine Pepe was playing amazing and William was playing amazing and Saka was a bit iffy and wasn't as good as he is, we might say his development's being hurt, but he has nothing to worry about because he's playing well. It's a squad game. We'll do what we need to do. I think it will be fine. They can play together. They can play either or. There's enough games. It is what it is, people. Robert has said, where is the Twitch plug? It's in my descriptions, but Deluded 187. Someone from Twitch, drop the link in the comments, please. Big up DG, just jumped on here. You're right. Joshua Smith and Ødegaard can play together. So I won't think it will slow his game down, but it is what it is. Annie has said, where do you think you would want Ødegaard to play? Right mid or cam? That's where he's probably most at home, sort of thing. Even hosting him to help. Respect that. There's a Twitch gang. Big up Bells for doing that. Deluded Guna 187, people. One more question. Let's get one more question because we're over 2 hours now. I can't lie. I need something to eat and I need the toilet, people. Cannot lie. Big up all my Gambian ones locked in as well. One more question, people. One more question. Let's get one more in. What has Jive Turk said? One of our mistakes of the last 15 years is bringing in youth talent and relying on them when they have no true ballers to learn from. Facts. If I could frame that comment, I would. I think he's good. I think Ødegaard's good, but what do I know, man? Big up yourself all the way from Sweden. I appreciate that. Come on, man. Smash the like buttons, people. This speed reading comments is mad. Come on. Make sure you're doing that. Bench is looking strong. Do we go Smith Rowe 8 and Martin 10, or Martin 8 and Smith Rowe 10? Both of those are options you could flirt with, people. James has said, just joined the chat. Can't thank you enough, DG, for spreading pure AFC knowledge. It really means a lot that you lot are doing that. Once again, for the Twitch gang, comment is there. How good is Ben Cottrell at left back? Who knows? I haven't seen him play there consistently. I've seen him do a job there. I think I've done a video on that before. I think he can be a left back long term, as well as being a central midfielder. So it's down to him. Was this the most viewers on YT? Most live viewers on YT? I think it's up there. Big up DG. Love the stream. Appreciate you. Ernest has said, big up yourself. I love your shows and analysis of the game. Did we get Ødegaard already? Ødegaard already, love from Chicago. It seems like he's going to become a player, and it will happen. So it is what it is, man. It is what it is. But I can't lie, man. That was the last question. It's been 2 hours. I'm going to keep it moving. We've been here for a minute, people. I'll probably be back again this evening. You know, I've got some content to write up for you lot. The grind don't stop, even though I've been here for 2 hours. Please check out my Twitch. As I said, Deluded 187. Please check out the comments for links across my links in the description for all the socials. Pin tweet, you know. Live stream business tomorrow, Southampton versus Arsenal live stream. Please drop that a like. Please drop that a reminder. Also, check out the preview. Also in the pin tweet as well. So you can check out the preview and be there tomorrow, or you can go and rewind this because I know a lot of you lot are dropping in, people. Hey, my guy Mars, one of the first guys to start messing with me from overseas and stuff like that. I appreciate you dearly, my guy. Love as well, man. You know, you're in the zone 6, as Young Scooter says with Atlanta. Love over here from 4th Street, Emberton. Not quite as glamorous, but big up yourself. You know, big up yourself. See you this evening. You know, massive stream. Smash the like button if you haven't. Like he said, take care, everybody in the group chat. I keep saying group chat. I need to stop that, bro. I just keep seeing group chat when I see the comments, people. I'm calling it DG. Great stream. Nice work, DG. Have a good Friday afternoon. I'll be back, man. Break time for real. Big up yourself. Hey, come on, people. You lot make me not want to go, man, but I'm human. I'll be back again this evening. I've got the Deluded podcast out. So if you're on Spotify, Apple, and the rest of it, and you want to hear comments as well as about Arsenal, about more general football, it's there. I've got something for everyone, people. So there's something you can look at so you don't have to miss me while I'm gone. But for now, it's been 2 hours. People, DG, I'm out. Like Dangerous said, chicken wings time. I'm out, people.